died after running into a dead-end tunnel, whimpering and crying and screaming all the way. The compound had been cleared by this time, with people either surrendering or being shot and killed. 11 young children were moved out of the house and are uninjured. The only ones remaining were Baghdadi in the tunnel, and he had dragged 3 of his young children with him. They were led to certain death. He reached the end of the tunnel as our dogs chased him down. He ignited his vest, killing himself and the 3 children.
Want to get it off your chest? Call the Dave Weinbaum Show. They accuse this show of being run by boobs. Well, let me tell you something about us boobs. We're real and we're spectacular. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? You're in the right place. Heard in 50 states and 98 countries, now in its 11th year. The Dave Weinbaum Show is on the air. We are going to be talking about the takeout of number 1 and number 2 in ISIS later in the show. But ladies and gentlemen, I have breaking news. Here is the main reason the Democrats voted to impeach our duly elected president, Donald J. Trump.
You're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
We have a major projection right now. Donald Trump will take Ohio. That CNN projects Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida. Huge win for Donald Trump. Donald Trump, we project, will win in Kentucky, in Indiana, with its 11 electoral votes. West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, North Dakota, with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, North Carolina, Georgia, Iowa, Utah, Wisconsin, Arizona, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Now
Trump, just last week, he confirmed to the National Review that he is again considering a run in 2016.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
Which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones right now, Donald Trump.
All right, we're back on the show, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the reason that we're in this situation right now. But that was right after the election. That was right after the election. Okay. Well, now it's been a little time, and now we have the other reason that he is being impeached. That the Democrats are so deep in this thing. They are covering up their coup. And this has been run by the previous president, we're finding out, Barack Hussein Obama, starting by initiating the surveilling of Donald J. Trump, his campaign, his family, and friends, sometime in early 2015 to 2016, way before the elections. The Republicans must be united in fighting back. They can't wait for Barr, Durham, Horowitz. The House Republicans are uniting around our president. What the hell are McConnell and Lindsey Graham doing right now? Hardly anything. Hardly anything. Use your damn elected powers to save our country from this coup and make it safe to be an American once again. The Democrats, and only the Democrats in the House, thrust a sword in the belly of our republic. But so far, it hasn't been fatal. Let all of us do what we can to save the United States of America. And I have no mercy on these people. Now, our slogan should be, make them cry again in 2020. Hi there, my name is Dave Weinbaum. I'm here with radio legend Stan Hines and my lovely bride who is smelling up. I don't know, what the hell are you eating?
Ham and eggs.
I didn't need that right while I'm doing my monologue. Oh my God, I'm smelling and I'm looking at Stan. I'm thinking, oh my God, did he just pass gas?
Cut one. Yeah.
Oh my God! All right, I don't know who this caller is, but we do have a caller, ladies and gentlemen. Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
This is your political ally, JJ.
All righty, hi JJ, how you doing?
I'm just doing great, dude.
All right, we're going to play a little song for you right now.
Got to play your theme song.
You're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face.
Everybody.
Disgrace, kicking your can all
Let's hear it, Newberg.
Singing,
we will rock you. We will. Don't sing with your mouth full.
Rock you.
Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face.
You big disgrace.
Waving your banner all over the place.
We will rock you. JJ, you singing? We will rock you. All right, you don't want to sing your own song? What's that about?
Oh, hey, no, Dave. Dave, when I sing, it sounds like a frog croaking. You don't want to hear that.
Yeah, not like my voice, right? Which is just like a little bird chirping away. Okay, JJ, what's under that tinfoil hat of yours today?
Well, I'm telling you, impeachment's the order of the day, and if you've followed, and I'm sure you have, the line that's going on in the House of Representatives. They have at least made the rules so that they can move forward with impeachment. Now, what's interesting to me about this is largely the so-called evidence is coming out of Adam Schiff's little star chamber down there in the basement.
Yep.
And not letting any Republicans listen to that. They're going to edit the transcripts before they release those to any of the Republicans. And, you know, this is a political sham, but what interests me so much about this is if this gets out of the House, if they actually vote articles of impeachment on President Trump, when this goes to the Senate, and this is a question for Elad Hakim when you talk with him, the Senate trial is, the judge is Justice John Roberts, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. I'm curious if they will allow all of this Star Chamber testimony, which frankly has amounted to nothing out of Adam Schiff, if they will even allow that testimony in because it was so questionably obtained. And I'd love to hear Hakim's take on that because this, of course, you and I know this smells bad politically, but I'm curious how it stands up as a matter of law.
I don't think it's ever going to get to the Senate. I think this is a strictly political ploy, and here's why. Because they cannot campaign for Congress, Senate, or House if, I'm not sure about the House, but the Senate cannot campaign if there's a trial to impeach the president on either side.
That's correct.
So if the Republicans have a majority right now, how would this benefit the Democrats if they couldn't campaign for office? in the Senate because they're going to need the Senate, obviously, as much as the House. So I see this thing as almost a moot point, but I will be talking to Hakim a little later in the show, in fact, about, 10 o'clock.
Yes, I'll be listening.
Oh, well, I hope so. Well, you don't just shut up the phone and leave me, do you?
No.
You're a great contributor. Do you have anything else under your tinfoil hat?
I do. Comrade Pelosi, of course, has been shoved into a corner on this thing. We talked about that a couple of months ago, that she was not anxious to proceed with articles of impeachment because there are serious political consequences to the Democrats should she do that. And I think her leftist base has politicked her and forced her into this corner where she said, okay, we're going to at least set the framework to proceed with articles of impeachment. This leaves the Dems wide open for witnesses against them showing up. Once this becomes a judicial matter instead of a political matter, all the stuff is on the table, and I think she knows that. The woman is a political hack, but she's not an idiot, and I think she's trying to protect her party. Well, the left has shoved her into that corner. I don't know how she's going to get out of it. It looks bad for the Dems. In fact, if they proceed with articles of impeachment, it's going to look very bad for them in the 2020 election.
This is what happens, JJ, when you put Cortez, AOC, in charge of the government. Okay? They do really stupid things. Yeah. I can't see it either. I can't see the benefit. I kind of watched the stock market Thursday, the day of the vote, and it was up. It was doing good, and all of a sudden it dropped by about 300 points. And later in the day, it didn't recover entirely, but it came back a good ways. And they talked about it this morning. I believe it was Varney, and they asked him, well, what's going on? She says, well, they just, Wall Street doesn't care about this. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be voted on in the Senate at all, and if it is, it's going to be defeated. So, now, you never know for sure, all right? It was very hurtful to see what they did to this president. I don't know about you, but it hurt me personally, all right? It was like somebody hit me in the stomach for no good reason, just walking by and hitting me right in the stomach for no good reason. But
he has been treated shamefully by his opponents. And this coup, I just can't wait for this thing to unfold because I think the Dems are going to have egg on their face and blood on their hands. And I can't imagine the man in the street not noticing that there has been some political shenanigans here that are very much un-American. And I think that's going to reflect badly on the Dems. My prediction, here comes the tinfoil hat.
Go ahead.
My prediction is that the Republicans are going to take back the House. It's going to happen.
Well, I think it ought to happen. And, in fact, I've got two people coming up who are running for office as Republicans in the House of Representatives. That's DeAnna, Lorraine, and Laura Loomer. One's running in the 21st District in Florida, where I think Trump will reside shortly. And the other one is fighting, that's DeAnna Lorraine. She's fighting against the Wicked Witch of the West, Nancy Pelosi. What the hell is Nancy Pelosi doing this while her state is literally burning to the ground, where you have homeless out the gazoo, where they're charging $6.48 a gallon for regular gas, about $6.78 for premium gas. In California, it is a total wreck out there, and she's doing this, and they're not legislating anything in California.
Do you think that Nancy Pelosi's abandonment of California is going to cause her to be unseated?
That's the idea. I told DeAnna Lorraine, I says, you know what? You got to use this as a major fundraiser for yourself because it's wide open, in my opinion, wide open. I don't know if they can even cheat their way into it, although you can't discount it. They will cheat however they can. There's no doubt in my mind.
This will be a good political tactic, I think. Surely anyone on the left coast can look at San Francisco and Los Angeles and say, come on, we can do better than this. And where's our leadership?
Well, where are the conservatives? There are conservatives in California. I know because my show is listened to by 80,000 people a week, mostly in California, mostly in San Francisco, #1 market, out of a station KMET, 1490 AM. This is in L.A., between San Bernardino and L.A., and most of the people who are listening are in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. How about that?
Okay, that's incredible to me.
It is.
So maybe 40, 50,000 people out of that 80,000 are in San Francisco listening. So there are conservatives there.
Outstate California has always been conservative, or at least in my lifetime. The votes that end up swinging the elections towards the blue side are always San Francisco, Los Angeles, the high population density areas. Outstate, there's some fairly conservative folks out there.
Right.
Well,
I'll tell you what, I've ate too much of your time, David.
All right, no, you've done well. Thank you so much, JJ. God bless you for being the opening act on the Dave Weinbaum Show. What a great start to the show. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. All right, we're back on the show. We got lots coming up. You got something for me?
Well, we talked a little bit about Pelosi.
You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic, and it's self-evident.
So did you catch that? What she says is you start out with something that's a lie, and you throw it out there, and then the press picks up on it, and they write stories about it, and you say, see, it's written in the press, so it must be true. This is exactly what they did with Trump. They demonized him. It was all fake about the Russia collusion. This is what they did with Kavanaugh. It was all fake about these women coming and saying that he did these things.
All right, we're back on the show, and that's how evil this person is. It's Nancy Pelosi. She goes right and says it all. You lie about a person, you destroy them, and then you destroy them to the press. And because the press has it, well, it makes it look legit. So you point your lie, which is printed in the press, as it being factual. And that's what they're doing again and again and again in trying to get rid of Trump. Remember, this is not their first attempt at impeachment. All right, this is Kavanaugh all over again. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, my God, Dave. It's Jason.
Oh, God. Why do you keep calling the show, Jason? You're a real pain. You and your alter ego, Ron Bateman, by the way, who I believe you're both in one person.
Who?
You write stuff on my wall, on my show wall, and filled with profanity, and I'm getting tired of it. Why don't you just go somewhere else and bother somebody else? Seriously.
Why can't you be nice like your producer, Stan? Hi, Stan. Hi, Lisa.
Good morning.
You got about a minute, my friend. Go ahead. Why is there an echo? Why is there an echo on your phone?
There shouldn't be an echo. Hello.
There was. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so you've already started off today by saying AOC runs the government. Pelosi can stop the fire.
No, she runs the Democratic Party. That's for sure.
No, she doesn't.
Well, that's your contention. My contention is she does. Go ahead.
But the fact is, Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. She is the leader of the Democratic Party. So that what you think doesn't necessarily mean fact, Dave. But anyway.
Because theoretically she is, but she's not. You asked a question, I'm answering now. Shut him off. All right? She is not doing, she has said she didn't want to do this, and she's doing it because of the pressure she's getting from people like AOC, and she's the main one that's giving her the pushing. All right, go ahead.
Okay, all right, well, okay, here, let's just talk about the homeless thing, because that was the last thing that I heard you discuss.
Yeah,
California.
okay.
almost inherent problems, being the 11th biggest economy in the world. So if you have a problem with phones...
You're echoing again. I can hardly hear you.
Can you take us off
Why are you
speakerphone?
so angry?
Take us off. I can't hear you.
We can't understand.
Because you make me angry. That's why I told you. You
so
go on my site and you swear a lot, and you have this fixation with Laura Loomer. I don't know what your problem is. Go ahead.
Dave, why do you talk over me constantly? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm waiting for you. I'm not going to argue this with you. You give me something to talk about,
all right.
or you're off.
What do you think about McDonald's contributing $550 million to anti-gun lobbies, which target gun owners, legal gun owners, and the NRA?
Well, first of all, I'm not aware of it. But second of all, if they were doing it, if I found out they were doing it, they'd hear from me. Believe me.
Okay, well, you might want to look into that.
Okay, I will. Now, what's next?
Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham.
We have had some influences from some of the people they've hired lately. Hell, we hired the spokesperson for Obama.
Dave.
What?
This was 2012 and 2013 that this happened. $550 million.
Well,
gun lobbies.
I didn't hear anything about that. I'm in government relations. Quiet! Shut up!
No, you're quiet.
All right, hang up on the guy. Hang up on him. Stan, hang up on him. Please, hang up. Jesus, I'm not gonna sit around. Go get your own damn radio show, will you? Okay. All right, we're gonna take a break right now, and then we're gonna hear from the rabbi. Call the show. 573-364-4433 and get it off your chest.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Imagine a choice hand-cut steak seasoned with special spices, grilling over mesquite wood. At Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, it's not just imagination. We do this every day at Colton's. We also offer chicken, seafood, sandwiches, and salads, and our homemade yeast rolls. And it happens in the most fun Western-style restaurant you'll ever set foot in. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, where we know what's at stake.
Colton's Steakhouse in Rolla. Automated Business Systems in Salem is your one-stop source for office supplies, computers, printers, and point-of-sale software and hardware for your business. And if you're wanting to build a computer specific to your needs, whether business or personal, ABS in Salem can do it. Computer repairs, virus removal. ABS is a full-service computer repair service. Bring it to them or they'll come to you. They are your brother authorized service center in the area. See them online at www.abssalem.com or stop by their office at 902 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050.
Have you ever gone to a car dealership where they tried to tack on a bunch of hidden fees to that low price? I'm Jeremy Shelton, General Manager at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. You won't have to play 20 questions to look at our vehicles, and you won't have to worry about hidden fees either. We're your hometown dealer, and we'll do our absolute best to treat you right. Shop around and compare prices, but give us the opportunity to earn your business. Next time you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, come see us at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located on South Bishop in Rolla, next to Mandarin Gardens, or online at TaylorChryslerRolla.com.
This is Rick Miller at Mellon Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Since 1924, Null & Son Funeral Home has had the honor of serving families throughout Phelps County. Today, families can select a funeral service, burial, or cremation and have it tailored to fit their specific needs in order to honor the memory of their loved one in a personal and meaningful way. At Null & Son Funeral Home, we offer information that will help you make decisions that are just right for you and your family.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
The thug who tried so hard to intimidate others spent his last moments in utter fear, in total panic and dread, terrified of the American forces bearing down on him. We were in the compound for approximately 2 hours, and after the mission was accomplished, we took highly sensitive material and information from the raid, much having to do with ISIS, origins, future plans, things that we very much want. Baghdadi's demise demonstrates America's relentless pursuit of terrorist leaders and our commitment to the enduring and total defeat of ISIS and other terrorist organizations.
Instead of being celebrated by it, the mainstream media, starting with the Washington Post, denigrated it. And I'll talk about that a little later, but right now I've got an important phone call. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Lee from Richland.
What's up, my man?
Yeah, I think that Baghdadi just earned an appropriate name since he blew himself up with his kids. I just have to call him Bad Daddy.
Bad Daddy. Yeah, well, that's been trending out there. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of argument. Well, how dare Trump talk about him like that? Right. Well, how dare he not? Quite frankly, it is what it is. This guy murdered people. He lit them on fire in cages. Talk about the LBGT. These guys killed gays from throwing them off of buildings. Okay, it's just how do you defend this? Raped, murdered, committed genocide over Christians in the Mideast. According to Ron Dermer, the ambassador from Israel to the United States, who I interviewed back in 2015 or 16, he says, the population of the Christians in the Middle East has gone from decades ago 20% down to 4%. Either they got killed or they left. The safest place for Christians and Muslims in the Middle East is Israel. Believe that or not. All right, what do you got? What else you got for me, Lee?
Oh, that's all. I just sit back and I'm supposed to be working, so I'll be working and listening.
Okay, well, this is a great way to take a break from work, isn't it?
Yeah, my wife makes me listen to it while I'm working inside the house.
She makes you listen to it? Well, that's not very nice of you. That's nice of your wife, but it's not nice of you.
She's at work today. She might be sneaking in.
I thought you liked me better than that, for goodness sakes. Well, thanks for calling anyways.
Thank you, Lee.
We appreciate it. And you know what we got to do right now? I think we have to, we don't have to, but I think the rabbi's coming up. Let's hit it, Stan.
Yeah, 1 second, Dave. You were talking to another rabbi? Sounds like you're cheating on me.
No, actually, I'm cheating with you on him because he was the first rabbi. Listen to this. I got rabbis fighting over me. This is kind of weird. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this man travels the world aligning Christians and Jews. He's the future rabbi to the Trump Third Temple, hotel, golf course, casino, and spa. And he's the official rabbi to Missouri and the Dave Weinbaum Show, Rabbi Moshe Rothchild. Oh, my goodness. I think they love you in communist China. Oh, my goodness, that Trevor Powell. All right, that's enough, Jesse. You don't want him to get too... Are you okay? Okay. He's got these little ticks in his arm today. He can't stop applauding you. I don't know what his problem is. So Bernie Sanders demands siphoning off U.S. aid intended for Israel to Gaza. And he blasts Netanyahu for being a racist. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it was just extraordinary. We've spoken about him before as a self-hating Jew. Nikki Haley, the former ambassador to the U.S., called him out also, saying that you basically want to take the money from the people who are the victims of terror, the ones who are fighting terror, and give the money to the terrorists, which is how Nikki Haley tweeted it. I mean, it's just absolute absurdity. I mean, he clearly has no knowledge of what's going on in this region here, and that maybe he doesn't realize that Gaza is being controlled by Hamas, which is a designated terrorist group by the United States government.
This guy hates Jews. He's a Jew. Does he not know some of our history?
Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. I mean, how can he not realize that he's giving money to a terrorist state? I mean, it's just insane.
He knows exactly what he's doing. Yep.
Yeah. And when he said that, he was talking to a Jewish audience.
Yeah.
He was talking to a Jewish audience at J Street.
Does Israel feel safer now that Trump and the United States Armed Forces has annihilated ISIS compound and Baghdadi and his number 2?
Absolutely. Look, ISIS was operating on the Israeli border, our northern border with Syria. They had a whole section of that border that they were controlling, and we were very concerned with them. Now, eliminating them, of course, doesn't mean all of terrorism has been eliminated. There are plenty of other groups that are still gunning for us. But when you've eliminated one threat, of course, that makes it safer here, and we're very grateful that Trump kept his campaign promise to crush and to eliminate ISIS. It was a great day for the United States, great day for Israel, great day for the world when he eliminated the number 1 and the number 2 guy.
And he also put language in his report that said this guy died as a coward. He was scum, and we're looking for other guys. We're not stopping with him. I think that's a huge deal. Isn't there a difference between the leaders of these terrorist groups and the guys who willingly die for them?
The difference is that these leaders, like, for example, the leader of ISIS, he was a known rapist, and they're supposed to be spiritual movements. And but this guy wants his followers to follow all these spiritual, moral codes, while he himself is completely indulgent in women and all kinds of vices. And so these guys are just phonies. They're just fakes, and they're getting young people to fight and die for their causes that are just smoke screens for their own personal vices and interests.
So was Trump's announced troop drawback a ruse to sucker in terrorist leaders and maybe even his congressional people that want to impeach him?
Yeah, it could be. Look, if we think for 1 second that just following CNN or Fox News or the news in general, that we actually really know what's going on behind the scenes, we're fooling ourselves. So there's a lot of chess playing. I know when they're pulling out of Syria and they're doing all these different moves, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. And I see that here in Israel. And there's a lot of stuff going on. And it could have been, sorry about the noise here, but it could have been that this was, all part of this master plan to get these guys.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's highly possible.
Hey, how important is it for Jews to defend themselves, praying to God for assistance versus praying to God to save them altogether? What does the Torah have to say about that?
So, well, of course, prayer has its place, but there's an expression that God helps those who help themselves.
Yeah.
Well, prayer of course, has its place, and it's extremely important, and we can't live without prayer. But on the other hand, one can't say, I'm just going to rely on prayer and not have an army and not try to defend yourself and not be willing to stand up. Look, King David in the Bible was a warrior.
Right.
Not only did he write the book of Psalms, at the same time, he was a great warrior. And that's the model for the state of Israel. Well, we have to have faith. We also have to be willing to stand our ground when the time comes.
Sure.
And to develop, we're the 8th strongest army in the world. We're a country of only 9 million people. We're the 8th strongest army in the world, and we're ready. We're not going to put up with anything.
By the way, the Iranians say they could take you out from Kuwait in about 2 hours.
Maybe they could take us out to dinner, but I don't think they're gonna take us out.
How's it going, Rattler? Hey, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and contribute to you?
Well, they can get on my site, IsraelAlliance.org, IsraelAlliance.org. And before we go, Dave, I just want to tell you that I'm here in Jerusalem with a group of pastors that the Global Israel Alliance. We brought them to Israel, and we're in the middle of this complimentary tour for Christian pastors. We have a really nice group here, and we're introducing them, to this dialogue between Jews and Christians, and really trying to break down walls and to build bridges. And also we thank you, Dave, for your personal support for everything. But we're having a great success, I think.
Well, it's my pleasure, and it's been very gratifying to see how fast your organization has grown over the few years that we've known each other.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So they're here, and they're excited, and I'm having dinner with them now.
Tell them I say shalom, all right? From Rolla, Missouri.
You got it.
Hey, you know what, Rabbi?
You got it.
You're never going to be number one unless you take out ISIS number 2 as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Rabbi Moshe Rothchild, all the way from Jerusalem. Thank you so much, Rabbi. How do you and the kids as well?
All right, Dave.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye to Lisa and Stan.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yes, are you going to say goodbye to the rabbi?
No.
Okay, because it was on tape.
Yes, I know.
I didn't want to mess with your mind at all.
I think you're testing me
you
right
are
now.
blonde, though.
At least I'm not bald.
Blonde and jeans. Yes, and I'm bald. That's right. That's very true. Very observant. When did you discover that? Huh?
I've noticed a few times.
Yes.
You know?
And I actually lost my hair before you.
Uh-huh.
And I did it, you know why? It was an option. I decided to do it. All right, let's talk a little bit about this what's his name? Oh, Baghdadi. That's a hell of a name, Yeah. So anyway, Trump, he pulls this ruse. He's pulling the troops out of Syria, right? And he has a meeting with his cabinet and Pelosi and Schumer. They're invited into the meeting. And they yell and scream at him for what? Pulling the troops out, something Democrats have always wanted, I thought. Mm-hmm. They all wanted to stop the Iraqi war after they voted for the war.
Oh, yeah.
And anything to blame anybody else but them. So they storm out of the meeting, go right to the microphones and say what an idiot Trump is for keeping those troops in. And he just, he was like exploding in the room. Meanwhile, when they show the news thing, the only people that are upset are Pelosi. Not even Schumer got up to say anything, right. But she's frantic, okay? So Trump goes and he says, well, I told the Russians. I told the Syrians. I told the Kurds even, who are supposed to be upset. They all helped. They all either stood out of the way, and in the fact of the Kurds, they gave him some location findings that they didn't know about, all right? And yet he did not tell Pelosi or Schumer. And they were in a hissy fit after that. Well, how do you trust these people?
Right. They'll leak it.
And you know what? There were no leaks.
None.
He told Putin. He told Erdogan in Turkey. He told the Kurds. No leaks. What does that say?
That they're more reliable than our own Congress people.
How incredible is that to say?
Yeah.
To even think.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Anyways, So the press handled the situation with the death of Baghdadi a lot differently than you would expect. Mm-hmm. In fact, I think we ought to hear from Greg Gutfeld about that.
Here's the Washington Post marking al-Baghdadi's death. Yep, he's described not as a rapist and mass murderer, but an austere religious scholar. They changed it not because they realized it was obscene, but because they got caught. That's our media. Even in big moments, they look small. You know, Baghdadi took his kids with him when he blew himself up. I guess that makes him a family man, too. But from now on, whenever the Post judges Trump's words, let's remind them that they called a deviant fiend an austere religious scholar. The upside, it led to a fun Twitter contest for other Post obituaries. Adolf Hitler, passionate community planner and dynamic public speaker, dies at 56. Acclaimed mass transit administrator Benito Mussolini, dead at 61. And, of course, Jeffrey Dahmer, lover of exotic cuisine, dies at 34.
There you go. There you go, right there, you know. And one of them was Jeffrey Epstein, ladies' man, you know, something like that, and, you know, dead at 64. I mean, just it can go on and on.
Right.
How ludicrous is that? They certainly didn't do that when Barack Obama had bin Laden killed. Everybody was applauding him.
Or when, during his administration, Baghdadi was released from prison.
There you go. There you go. And, you know, let's do a little bit about immigration right now.
I am for open immigration, but that sign we have in the front of the Statue of Liberty, give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. Can't we just say, hey, the door's open, we'll take whoever you got? Do we have to specify the wretched refuse? I mean, why don't we just say, give us the unhappy, the sad, the slow, the ugly, people that can't drive, if they have trouble merging, if they can't stay in their lane, if they don't signal, can't parallel park, if they're sneezing, if they're stuffed up, if they're clogs, if they have bad penmanship, don't return calls, if they have dandruff, food between their teeth, if they have bad credit, if they have no credit, Mr. Spot Shaving. In other words, any dysfunctional, defective slob that you can somehow cattle prod onto a wagon, send them over. We want it.
Lisa, why was I playing that? Why did I play that just now?
Because you like listening to Seinfeld all the time.
No, that's you.
Dang it.
Because you had it on Seinfeld, which you do all the time. It's either Seinfeld or Friends. If there's anything else on TV, she's mad if I'm watching it, okay?
No, that's not quite
You had
right.
a hissy fit over the seventh game of the World Series.
You slept through it.
The World Series.
You were asleep.
Oh, my gosh. I don't care. It was osmosis. I was still getting the message. Okay? Hey, so here I am. I'm coming upstairs for, you know, to brush my teeth and get dressed to come down, you know, leave for the show. And that's the bit they had on Seinfeld on television.
Oh, really?
That's why I had to play that.
Awesome.
I mean, he did it in front of an audience, and
Sure.
It was hilarious.
It is.
All right, we're going to be right back after this message right now, but, you know, we got a message here. We need this right now. You know,
That's
we need
right.
to settle down a little bit.
All right.
Get the blood pressure down. Hey. You hear about the polite hitman? He had a welcome mat in his trunk. Forget about it. You know, this thing about us being animals, we're not animals. We're civilized. We come from the Roman Empire. You know, we did civil things. We created civility. We adopted the Christian religion, for goodness sakes. We are big supporters of the church, especially the funeral homes. So forget about that, will you please? All right, we're back on the show. And if you want to call the show, be a star, call the show at 573-364-4433. Was that good, Chester? and get it off your chest.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips and More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
Need to create a unique gift for your sweetheart? Want a gun, watch engraved? Need a trophy gift or award? Go no further than Kent Jewelry, 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla. Call 573-364-1030 and take your bag of jewels to Kent and ask to have your jewelry inspected and cleaned for free. Kent is my jeweler. Make him yours. 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla, 364-1030.
Introducing the $1 concert deal.
Hello, Detroit! Good night, Detroit!
Or get a real deal at McDonald's. Introducing the buy one, get one for $1 deal. Buy one of your faves and pick another for just an extra $1. Choose from the Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pounder with cheese, or 10-piece chicken McNuggets. But you better stop by McDonald's today, because this deal is only around for a limited time. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with any offers or combo meal.
Fixing your computer should be as easy as learning your ABCs, right? Wrong. The easiest way to fix a computer is to take a hammer to it, but that doesn't fix anything. So go back to the ABC basics, or really just the A, like an A1 Tech of Rolla LLC. A1 Tech takes the stress out of repairs for you with quick turnaround on all electronic repairs. With mobile pickup and on-site services, including evening and weekends, A1 Tech will be sure to have you up and running as quickly as possible. Give them a call at 458-9175 or visit a1techofrolla.com.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
I liken it to trying to put paint on rotten wood. Now, no fair-minded person with an intellect above a single-cell organism believes that from the very beginning, these impeachment proceedings have been anything but rigged. I mean, does anybody really believe that Speaker Pelosi is impartial or Chairman Schiff? Their judicial philosophy is clearly guilty. And there's no rule of law, there's no due process. And now, after a number of people, not just Republicans, American people said, hey, wait a minute, whether you like President Trump or not, I thought we had due process and the rule of law in this country.
This Senator Kennedy, his name is Senator John Kennedy. And for a while there, I thought maybe it was one of the Kennedy kids. But no, he's an older conservative. I believe he's out of Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken. And this guy has a way with words like you wouldn't believe. In fact, you got to listen to what he says next. about Pelosi and Schiff. By the way, I want to have a call out to Pastor Pat and their flock, who are loyal listeners to the show and are great Christian friends. She is the official pastor to the Dave Weinbaum Show, and that was where I first met Rabbi Moshe, having been invited by Pastor Pat to come to her church. And it was a very, very interesting meeting, something I'll never forget, because look where it's gotten us all these years. It's like going on 10 years now, isn't it?
Don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You weren't around then. Yes, you were. My lovely wife, Lisa, was in my life in my late 20s. Do you believe that? I don't remember her. She claims that she remembers me, and I was a mean SOB, and I'm trying to maintain that reputation, if you know what I mean. I mean,
thanks.
What was? Am I getting soft or what? Am I getting soft?
No. Let me touch you.
No. That's later.
Poke you.
Later. No. Can't you keep your hands off me for a while? All right. So, anyways, we're back on the show, and if you want to call the show, 573-364-4433, where you can give your opinion, and just once in a while let the host talk. And we had the rabbi. Now we got Elad Hakim. This should be very interesting. He's a legal eagle down there in Boca Raton. Going to be president's neighbor pretty soon. And following him is Laura Loomer. She's running for Congress right near where Elad lives. She's in Florida, and she'll be a neighbor of Trump's as well. And then we got DeAnna Lorraine. She's going to be talking about her run against Nancy Pelosi. And then we have an actual congressman calling who's called the show before. His name is Rodney Davis, and he's got a huge job. He's like second in command to Kevin McCarthy up there in D.C. He's the administrative manager of, I don't know what that means exactly, but he'll explain it, I'm sure. And I'm wondering what his stance is on the impeachment. This is going to be a real interesting show. So if I was you, I would pay attention. And if you want to call now, between now and about 5 minutes, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. All right. Whistleblower is outed. And I don't have his name written down. I had it in other notes, but it's on my website. The whole story about this guy. He's outed. He looks like a pajama boy. You remember that Obama ad, the pajama boy who should feel safe? Wearing his pajamas, eating his cereal all day, and he's like 37, sitting in his mom's kitchen. Well, he was in the Obama administration. He worked for Susan Rice, National Security Council of the Obama administration. He was also in the CIA, and he worked for Brennan. And then he worked for Bite Me, Joe Biden, for a while. He was left over in the Trump administration as an NSC, and he campaigned against Trump since like 2015, 2016. He hated Trump, and he was a totally fraudulent witness. In fact, he wasn't even on the call. He was a setup. This is what they're impeaching Trump on. And he had no idea what was on the call. He wasn't on the call. And all of a sudden, he's coming off as this person who is upset and is a whistleblower, the laws of which they changed. You got to get this guy in a stand under oath, okay? You got to get him under oath. And I believe Rand Paul has called for that in the Senate just this morning. After I wrote all this stuff out about what the hell's Lindsey Graham doing? What's Mitch McConnell doing? Why aren't they doing anything? That's I wish somebody would answer me. I mean, Lindsey Graham, I don't know if he realizes or not that maybe John McCain had a lot to do with this, that John McCain was the one that delivered the Sterling dossier or Steele dossier to the FBI, possibly, getting revenge on Donald Trump for the campaign. And he might be a little shy about that. But if he is, then he ought to gall darn resign and get somebody else in to lead that committee. He should be having hearings this moment, calling the same witnesses that the damn House is calling and doing it in the open. That's the way to kill off this ridiculous impeachment, and that's the way to kill off the Democratic attempts in the 2020 elections, including the House and the Senate. Don't you think? Am I wrong? Call the show, 573-364-4433. All right. So we got in 5 minutes, we've got Elad, Hakim, and I think Stan, we ought to do a break right now. Can we squeeze one in, do you think? All right, let's do it. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Find a new friend at Bishop Avenue Aquariums and Pets, Rolla's USDA licensed pet shop. They specialize in a wide range of reptiles, tropical fish, saltwater fish, guinea pigs, hedgehogs, and other small animals, along with feeders and accessories. Guinea pigs are just $25 at Bishop Avenue Aquariums. Find a new friend at 402 South Bishop Avenue in Rolla.
A wise person once said, "Nothing worthwhile is easy." At Cooking From Scratch, that old saying is definitely true. But nothing can be easier for you than getting a great meal at a surprisingly affordable price. We take the time to hand cut all of our steaks, and our Thursday prime rib is slow roasted to tender, juicy perfection. Friday and Saturday nights, it's our all-you-can-eat fish that can't be beat. So take the 5-minute drive west on I-44 to Doolittle and enjoy our great food and friendly atmosphere. At Cooking From Scratch, our name says it, our food proves it.
Aging Made Easy, LLC, is a privately owned in-home service agency which specializes in professional care for the elderly and disabled. Their mission is to ensure that their clients maintain a happy and healthy life in their own home. They do personal care, homemaker chores, advanced personal care, and nursing. For more information, call 265-6004 or 800-920-8536. Aging Made Easy takes Medicaid, private insurance, VA, and private pay. 126 North Jefferson in St. James.
It's Truck Month at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. Now save up to $9,510 in total value on the all-new 2019 Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71, or choose 0% APR for 60 months on select new 2019 Silverados for well-qualified buyers with GM financing. The all-new 2019 Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever, now comes with no monthly payments for 90 days. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
Stop looking for the best steak in Rolla and head over to Sydney's at 707 North Pine in downtown Rolla. Rolla's favorite time of the month, prime rib weekend. All their steaks are aged 30 days and hand-cut to perfection. Get a 16-ounce prime rib with Sydney's signature spice blend and 2 sides only $14.99. And choose Sydney's with over 100 different whiskeys, scotch, and bourbons, and over a dozen draft beers to complement the best steak around. Sydney's, 707 North Pine, downtown Rolla. Lunch specials on their Facebook page. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 1:30 a.m. daily.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Terrorists who oppress and murder innocent people should never sleep soundly, knowing that we will completely destroy them. These savage monsters will not escape their fate, and they will not escape the final judgment of God. Baghdadi has been on the run for many years, long before I took office. But at my direction, as Commander-in-Chief of the United States, we obliterated his caliphate 100% in March of this year. Today's events are another reminder that we will continue to pursue the remaining ISIS terrorists to their brutal end. That also goes for other terrorist organizations.
KKID, Salem, Rolla.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I know who this is. Is this Elad?
It is.
All right, hold on a minute. We're gonna set you up real good here, buddy. Hold on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a powerful South Florida attorney. He's an expert on law, the Constitution, and politics. Pundit published in the Federalist, Epoch News, the Daily Caller, and other online editions there. And he is the Perry Mason to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Ladies and gentlemen, from Boca Raton, Elad Hakim. All right, not quite as much as your better half, but you know it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think I heard that from Newberg out here.
We're getting there.
You're getting there. No. I mean, you got a lot. She's really good, by the way. She's a great interview. I mean,
so are you.
How do you talk about bad bosses for years? I thought this would be a one and done interview, but she's really good. Let me tell you, she's got a lot of wisdom. You have met your match, my friend. Hey,
I'm not even competing anymore.
I don't think you should. It's not worth it. Hey, Dems voted for impeachment inquiry, they call it, and they claim now that the president and Republicans have due process. Is this true?
No, it's not true, and it's really no change from what was. The provisions, if you go ahead and read the document itself, the provisions are really one way, and at the end of the day, they are the person who has the check on everything remains, Adam Schiff and even Jerry Nadler. For example, if Republicans want to, or I'll call them the minority, which happens to be the Republicans, if they want to question witnesses, or if they want to issue subpoenas, or if they want to depose anyone, they're free to do that, but they have to check first and get the approval of the chair, which happens to be Adam Schiff or Jerry Nadler, depending on what committee you're
in. He will say and can say almost any time he wants to, no, you're not allowed. Is that correct?
Correct. And then if he says no, then there's a provision saying, well, then you can go ahead and quote-unquote appeal. It's not the term they use, but you can go ahead and try to overrule the objection by asking the respective members of the committee. The trouble, of course, is that those committees are the majority are the Democrats, and the Democrats are not going to vote against Schiff or Nadler. So it's a nonsensical resolution. There's no due process afforded.
So why are they claiming there's due process then now all of a sudden? What has changed?
This is all a matter of public perception. This is a matter of it's being used as a political tool to sway public perception. And they can say what they want, but at the end of the day, there's no due process. And I just read that the president actually may come out and read the transcript out loud to the American public so that he can have a chance to speak directly to the American people. Because remember, impeachment is, yes, there's the substantive aspect of it. Is there enough to establish, the high crimes and misdemeanors? But there's also the political aspect of it, and that deals with public perception. Is the public going to support what you're saying? And the president happens to be very good at speaking to the people, and I think he's going to come out and read the transcript at some point. He's also looking to fight back from the public perception standpoint. Last night they were reporting that the White House is now looking into getting someone to help them with that goal of coming back against the damage that the Democrats are trying to do from a public standpoint, and he has to. It's absurd what's happening. It completely violates due process. And Mark Levin tweeted something funny today. He said, "Why don't we just go ahead and impeach the next Democratic president now?"
Yeah, might as well,
because that's what's happening.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you later on about the precedent, And this is setting an awful precedent, isn't it?
It's a dangerous precedent. It's not even awful. It's dangerous.
It's
because,
not something they did after one thing. This is like the third thing. And 19 minutes after he completed his inauguration speech,
correct,
they had it out that they were going to impeach him. 19
correct.
minutes, January 20th, 2017.
It is, if it wasn't so serious, it's infuriating what they're doing.
Yeah.
And are you trying to tell me if Republicans wanted to subpoena Schiff, assuming that they can, or if they wanted to subpoena Biden or Obama, you think that Nadler or Schiff are going to allow that?
Well, let me ask you this.
You think they're going to allow that?
No. Let me ask you this. And I want to ask you about Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell, could they subpoena Schiff for the Senate, for a Senate hearing? After all, he's a witness now that we know that he has lied about the whistleblower. Him meeting the whistleblower, said he didn't, and he did.
They could definitely try. I don't know the answer offhand to that. That's an interesting legal question.
But should they try? Should they try?
I think they should. I mean, listen, he's either the Senate or the House. I mean, there's nothing that would prohibit the House from subpoenaing Schiff. Whether or not it can compel him to come in, gets a bit dicey because he happens to be the chair. But he also interjected himself. He made himself a witness now because he met with this whistleblower, or at least members of his staff did, before the whistleblower complaint was even filed.
I think he's also referred to himself as the prosecutor. And if you recall, Ken Starr was called the prosecutor of the Clinton impeachment, and he was forced to testify.
Yeah,
and he testified before a guy named Kendall, who was Clinton's personal attorney. In the oath, on oath.
Correct.
So there's some precedent for that, isn't there?
But this guy's not the prosecutor. He's not a special counsel.
That's fine.
This guy's not a.
But he calls himself a prosecutor.
Yeah, he
so let's call his bluff. What I'm saying is, you're a lawyer. You like to put things on the record, right? And this is incriminating evidence, whether it's legal or not. It's incriminating to their motives. And like you say, this is a political process. It's not going to go to. We're not going to have a trial in the Senate because they can't do it. Why? Because if you're a senator, you can't campaign for anything if you're in the middle of an impeachment trial. And that happens starting January 1st, the year of the elections.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen, is it?
Is a trial going to happen?
No. Yeah. Is a trial going to happen based on that?
I don't think a trial should happen anyway.
Well, should or could. We're wondering what's going to happen.
I don't think a trial
here.
should happen.
Yeah.
Because,
well, me neither. But
and some people are not necessarily convinced that they're going to push us all the way to a trial. If this is for political purposes, right? If it's to sway public opinion, what need do they have to do that? Seriously, they just continue to do this. They continue to investigate. They continue to tarnish his name, and they leave it be because it's not going anywhere in the Senate. Yesterday was the first time Republicans actually showed any sort of courage as a unit and voted unanimously to oppose the resolution.
Yeah.
But do they have any purpose of moving forward with this? I mean, yes, they want to remove the president, but they know it's not going anywhere.
Well, my next three interviews after your superb contribution here are either running for Congress or one is in Congress. So that should be very interesting to ask them questions about this. Let's talk about the whistleblower. The guy's been ID'd. I don't have his name with me, but he's an Obama leftover from the NSC. That's National Security Council. He worked for Susan Rice He worked in the CIA for John Brennan. This guy has campaigned against Trump. He's looked up, he's done research on Trump to find out stuff. Russia, he's an expert in Ukrainian and Russia, and speaks other languages. Now, why doesn't Graham get a investigation going and call him as a witness? Rand Paul even suggested that, and Hunter Biden too. What do you think?
That's a great question. I agree 100%. You know, some of them are a little bit hesitant to do so because of some of the protections afforded to whistleblowers, but the protections aren't absolute, and I agree 100%. You know, people are on top of Graham, and I understand why, because sometimes his bark is louder than his bite, or whatever the cliche is. He says things and then he doesn't do anything.
Well, that's my point.
This
is war.
It's frustrating.
This is war, and they all seem to be waiting for Barr and Horowitz and what's his name, Durham, to save their butts. But I would completely ignore those guys. I would act as if they weren't even going to have a report. I would go hell's bells and go forward with any investigation I could find that's going to compete with the utter fraud and coup that's going on in the Democratic Party against this president.
You know, how much news coverage do you think the Barr and Durham reports are going to get? If they're opposed to, if they're scathing against certain Democrats, how much news coverage they're going to get?
Well, they're going to get hardly anything, but they're going to get a lot from shows like mine, from Rush and Hannity and you. You're going to write about it. Well, okay.
That's
you know,
why
we're not. I mean, it's not like we're tiny little voices out here. There's a lot of people that listen to us. Well, especially Rush and Hannity. But I've got my share of the audience
You've got
too.
your share, and you know
Absolutely.
what? If you were, I was talking about the whistleblower. If you were painting a picture, think about the picture that's being painted here. You've got the whistleblower who's completely biased.
Yeah.
Okay, based on what's come out so far.
It's a fraud. It's a setup.
You've got testimony that's come out where people are either involved or worked for or were paid by the Bidens. You've got secondary information. Everything happens, and this isn't kind of luck of the draw. Everything comes back to the Democrats. Everything comes back to painting a picture of corruption. And if you're Adam Schiff, are you surprised that you're trying to kind of limit the exposure that comes out here? I mean, come on.
Allegedly, two of the fellow workers in the NSC under the Obama administration of the whistleblower are current staffers for who? Schiff.
That's what I mean. They're all related.
They're all there. Yeah, it's a setup.
They're not only related to the Democrats, but more specifically, they somehow are related to all the specific players here.
Well,
and,
Brennan. Brennan is big in this.
Comey, Obama.
Do you believe Barack Obama? Do you believe Barack Obama had the initial idea, or was he in early on leading the coup?
You know, when you asked me this months ago, I was more hesitant, but it's beginning. Some of the things that have come out, it just couldn't have happened without knowledge of the president. They just, certain types of investigations, they don't happen without knowledge and potentially the blessing of a president. And some people are even suggesting, Republicans should go so far on the offense that Trump should release transcripts of between Obama and Clinton back in the day.
They're hiding her emails. They're hiding her emails from Obama and Clinton. They're hiding all that stuff.
Everything.
This is the time to go forward, and I mean big time. I see a wide open. It's like you fight for a while. If you're a running back, let's say in football, maybe a good story that can compare. You get smashed and you get eaten you're gaining a yard, maybe losing a yard, and all of a sudden you see this wide open hole. What do? Do you run back and to not take advantage of that, I see a wide open hole. And I don't know why the hell the Republicans don't see it and aren't running right through that damn thing.
Well, in the House, because of this this ridiculous resolution, they're kind of limited. They're kind of limited now.
In the Senate, you know, the House is I will say this: the House voted 100%, Republicans 100% against this. Okay, that's an accomplishment for some of the weasels we've seen in the Republican.
100%.
Okay, that's a big deal. 2 Democrats voted with the Republicans.
But they can't do much because everything that they have to do now with respect to this impeachment inquiry has to go through Schiff.
Elad, they can do what they did the other day. They can invade these meetings. Let them threaten let them get arrested like the Democrats would. Let them get arrested for going into their own congressional meetings and sitting down and let them do whatever they do to them. Okay, that's the way to fight. Democrats fight that way. Why can't we?
Sadly, the rules are not applying the same. Democrats are a lot more willing to get down and dirty than our Republicans.
Well, this is a big problem because now's the time.
It's a very big problem.
Now it's dirty and it's time to get down.
And I shudder to think of the precedent that's being created by way of this absurd witch hunt. I just shudder to think of it. The Constitution, the constitutional crisis and the significance of what's going on here is scary.
Yeah, it's
scary
horrible.
to think about.
A horrible thing for the country. A horrible thing. And we got to do something.
Democrats don't care.
We got to do something about the deep state. Now they're starting to come out and brag about what they've done. Brennan and this guy, another guy that was in the CIA. Oh man, it's a great day. It's a great day for us in the CIA. They're very proud of this.
I don't know how deep the deep state is. Well, I mean, look, every day someone else is coming out. Now you have a whistleblower that has to work. He wasn't even a high-level person.
Right.
And look at the damage that he did.
Sure. All right, my friend. It's a great interview, and I really appreciate you studying for me. That's very nice of you. Other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
They can find me at Thoughtfully Conservative on Facebook, at Thoughtful GOP on Twitter, and Elad Hakim PA, obviously, with any legal questions. So jump into the conversation.
Not that any of us should suffer this anymore, but did you know that divorce is the only lawsuit where you lose your appeal before the proceedings? Ladies and gentlemen, Elad Hakim. My wife was looking at me like, what's he doing over there? What does that mean? All right, don't worry about it. It wasn't personal. Okay.
That's between you and your wife.
And hi to your wife and your lovely children, and Shabbat Shalom, my friend.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Shabbat Shalom. Have
Bye-bye.
a good weekend.
You too. All right, we have another caller. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Brian from Salem.
Well, hi, Brian. How the hell are you? I haven't heard from you in a long time.
Yeah, well, I'm doing fine.
Good.
But what I had to say is a few observations. First off, yes, they did a formal vote on the impeachment for Donald Trump. But did you notice what day they did it?
Thursday, Halloween.
Halloween, yeah. When all the Democrats must be celebrating their witches and stuff.
Great connection.
Now, also, Nancy Pelosi's state has been, she's managing this impeachment mess probably about as well as her state is managing its forestry situation and its electrical grid.
Yeah.
You might notice her state is on fire.
Yes, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
I will be discussing that with DeAnna Lorraine here shortly because she's running against Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. And I already texted her yesterday about it, and I says, you should be running on this. I mean, look where she's at and what's happening in and she's, her district is San Francisco, and everything around it is burning up, and to the south, it's horrible. Mm-hmm.
I tell you, the thing I just heard from the grapevine is that one of the utility companies found 20-some-odd places on their big main lines that were bad connections getting hot, that could have started one of those fires. Now, that's just one line and one fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if it's that bad, it shows total neglect of their electric grid. I'm an electrician, and I know that connections do get loose over time, but you have to have gross mismanagement for it to get to that stage.
Well, they used to have goats. Believe it or not, they used to have goats eating all the underbrush around these lines and things, and they got rid of the goats because they were afraid that they might eat a spider web or a little place where bugs grow. And so, I'm serious. Yeah. This is how they think, and so they sacrificed their whole damn state for spiders and bugs. and it didn't even cost them. The goats were eating, for goodness sakes. They were earning their keep.
They found one delta smelt in one of those ocean bays out there, and they took water that should have been used to irrigate the farmlands, and they used it to pour it into this bay and raise the water level so that this little fish, of which I believe they found one single fish, and they were trying to save this fish from extinction and letting the farmers go dry. I'm sorry, but this crazy state is a bunch of ninnies.
I had a talk personally with Devin Nunes before he got famous about this at a Cardinal game in St. Louis about the water situation, and I said, what's going on with that? Because they got rid of all the fresh water. They just dumped it into the ocean. And, his family they're farmers. They're Portuguese farmers in California. And he says, they're nuts here. They're just nuts.
Yeah. That is nuts. And this is the kind of people that think we need to take down Donald Trump. The other thing I have noticed is if you look at how I know you're Jewish and you don't go necessarily agree with this facet of my religion, but if you look at how the chief priests and the scribes and Pharisees and whatnot went after Jesus, and they manufactured stuff, and they kept looking and looking and looking and looking for something that he did wrong, and he could never do anything right. No matter what he did, they found fault with it. Okay, that is the same thing that they're doing to Donald Trump.
It sure is.
They are treating him the way Jesus was treated.
Well, there's certainly
godless
some comparisons, but I don't buy necessarily the story about that. And I'm not going to get into the religious discussion with you because I like you.
And I'm just pointing out for the other Christian listeners, though, that Donald Trump is being treated this way.
Well, he's being treated like, let's say, an average Jew was treated in Nazi Germany. How's that for?
Yes, that's true.
And he was an average Jew. Jesus was.
And Jesus was an average Jew. Yeah. Exactly.
And he was being treated that way.
And he was being treated poorly, not just by the Jewish Pharisees, but also by the Romans.
Yeah.
Okay? Who later went on and adopted his religion.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think Donald Trump is a Christian man, and the left is obviously not. And so the left is going to do the same thing that human nature has done to Christians all through, time out of mind. I mean, they've always mistreated them.
Yeah.
And you can see who they hate and who they're scared of by who they do silly things to and say silly stuff about.
All right, listen to me. I got to interrupt. I'm sorry, but my next interview is on the line. I told her to call 5 minutes early. And thank you so much, Brian, for the phone call. Call me a little bit more often. Come on, my man.
Well, whenever I think of it.
All right, thanks. I appreciate that. All right, right now we've got my next guest, and we're going to play her little song. Hit it, Stan. Don't want to see your face no more. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, independent, conservative journalists, the most banned person in history, congressional candidate in Florida's 21st district, and the bravest person I know and the lowest lane to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Laura the Luminator, Loomer. Oh, yeah. Talk about Boca. Boy, they're screaming from Boca. Well, hi, Laura. You're a busy person, aren't you?
Very busy, but I always make time for you.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, if you're a member of the congressional minority, as hopefully you'll be when you get elected, you're going to be part of the majority where you can actually do stuff. But if you're a member of the majority or the minority right now, what would your strategy be to fight back?
Well, look, I think that it's very important for all Republicans right now to be speaking out against the deep state witch hunt and the this ridiculous impeachment process, which has largely been orchestrated behind closed doors, away from the public, in secrecy, by people like Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff, who have a lot of hostility towards the president. And so I commend the Republicans, people like Representative Matt Gaetz from my home state of Florida, who through their own tactics basically stormed the skiff room and called this out. And that's what Republicans need to continue to do. And, that's one of the things I will do when I'm elected to Congress is call this out, because President Donald Trump needs a strong voice, somebody who is going to represent him and stand with him and be loyal. And unfortunately, he has enemies on both sides of the aisle. There are, hostile Democrats and then also never Trumper.
Yeah, but let's talk about that for a minute, because he got 100% of the Republicans to vote against this fraud, this coup. And what did your congresswoman in your district, the one you're running against, how did she vote?
Well, Lois Frankel, of course, voted to support impeachment. And Lois Frankel, several weeks ago, tweeted in a tweet that went viral that she said enough is enough. She said that she was going to support, the impeachment of the president. And Lois Frankel, who I'm running against, is, of course, a 4-term congresswoman. She's best friends with Nancy Pelosi. And she is the incumbent Democrat here in Florida's District 21, where President Donald Trump himself is now a resident. I don't know if you saw the news yesterday.
Yes.
But President Trump has officially changed his residency, and now he will no longer be a resident of New York City. Instead, he will be a resident of Palm Beach, Florida, District 21, on South Ocean Boulevard, where Mar-a-Lago is located, and that happens to be the district I'm running for Congress in.
Well,
so
you need to get him out there at one of your fundraisers or one of your events. Okay, this has to happen.
We'll see. We'll see.
No, I'm serious.
Look,
you can do it.
Yeah,
okay.
Look, I know. I have always been a supporter of the president since day one. When I met him in 2014 at the Trump Doral, I shook his hand and I said, "You need to run for president." That was in 2014.
So you were the one that instigated this.
Well, who knows? I'm sure several people did, but
I thought I was. I saw him in 2013.
President Trump. Yeah. And look, I've always been a supporter of President Trump. I was undercover working for Project Veritas, deeply embedded inside the Hillary Clinton campaign, exposing voter fraud and corruption. And I was there on election night in the room when it was announced that Donald Trump had won the presidential election. And I continue to stand with President Trump and support him and encourage others to do the same, as the do-nothing Democrats and the deep state collude to interfere in our election and sabotage an elected president, President Donald Trump, who is going to go on and win and be president for another 5 years.
Now, we kind of know who the whistleblower is, and he's as crooked as Pelosi and Schiff, and he's connected to Obama and Pelosi and Schiff and Brennan. What's the best way to handle him legally? I know what you think, but, legally.
Well, look, I mean, what people need to understand is that this has been orchestrated by the deep state. I don't know if you saw the clip of John Brennan basically thanking the intelligence operatives for doing their job. Well, what exactly is their job, right? What exactly is John Brennan thanking those people for doing? What, sabotaging the president, right? So I think that people need to be very cautious of the information that is coming out on the news, because we've seen, the media cannot be trusted. They have weaponized themselves as a propaganda arm for the Democrat Party, just like, many high-level officials in our intelligence agencies, like John Brennan, James Comey, and McCabe have done. They have, They have essentially made themselves a propaganda arm for the Democrat Party, and this is a witch hunt, and it threatens our national security, our election process, and it threatens every citizen of this country. Because we, as citizens of the United States of America, should be able to trust that our intelligence agencies are, behaving in a kosher manner and acting in the best interest of the country and the president. And they are working to sabotage him. These are the people who are supposed to be protecting our country and our president.
Here's what Elad Hakim said. Are we going to have a situation when, if there's a Democrat, God forbid, running for office, the Republicans will start impeachment hearings before the election if they're in the majority? I mean, is that where we're going?
No.
It's sure
because,
setting the precedent for that, isn't it?
Well, that's what the Democrats are doing, right?
Right.
But look, you had Maxine Waters immediately calling for the impeachment of President Trump after he was announced the winner. You have to have something. You have to have some type of crime, something to impeach the president for, and there's nothing.
Well, there's nothing
Donald
except
Trump
crimes
has
they
done nothing
invent.
wrong.
I mean, first it was the Russia collusion. That didn't work first. And then it was paying off women. That didn't work. It was a corrupt lawyer, Cohen. That didn't work. Then it was, I don't know what. Now it's the ridiculous, he didn't tell Nancy and Chuck about Baghdadi withdrawing troops from Syria. And now it's a phone call to the Ukraine.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter what this guy does. They're going to find something, and they did. And you can make up anything, too, so for that matter. But what about this whistleblower? What do we do with this guy? I mean, I say you got to put him under oath somewhere.
Well, we'll see. But, look, I think all Americans need to be concerned with the integrity of the representatives who are conducting these hearings and these so-called investigations. I mean, it's being fueled by a very aggressive political agenda, one that is inherently biased and has inherently been biased at its core since Trump was announced the winner of the 2016 presidential election, and it's compromised, right? It is compromised, and
Absolutely.
And so. I would encourage people to think for themselves, and it's unfortunate, especially speaking as a journalist and now a candidate for Congress. It's disgraceful what the media has become. It's disgraceful that as an institution of the Fourth Estate, the media, which is supposed to be, a watchdog for the people to investigate and expose government corruption and hold people accountable in a neutral manner, it is really, honestly, disgraceful that the media is no longer just reporting facts and truth.
Absolutely. Twitter profits are down 95%. Twitter profits are down 95%. Is this the Loomer effect?
Well, you may have seen that Jack Dorsey, of course, made the announcement the other day that Twitter is banning all political ads.
Yeah.
And I find it to be interesting
Brilliant.
that this comes after I announced my run for Congress, just like they changed their rules about
you think that's connected to you?
Candidates. So, no, I think that it's related to the election because there's no denying the fact that Donald Trump was able to utilize social media in 2015 and 2016 to win a race in a way that no other presidential candidate had ever done before. And so many more people are now on Twitter and social media because of Trump. They want to hear him speak directly. And it was a way for him to bypass the establishment and the mainstream media. And Jack Dorsey and the Democrats are trying to weaponize that.
This is a publicly traded stock. I mean, that is a stupid money-losing decision. Why don't the stockholders sue those bastards? For the fact that they're stupid.
Look, it's a clear attempt, and many people have said this, to further censor conservatives and interfere in our elections, and I think people are really starting to see it for what it is now. They've really showed their hand, and I don't think that they can run and hide from their false claims that they are a neutral, non-biased platform. It is very obvious what they are doing, and it's causing people to wake up. I mean, I've even been hearing from independents and some Democrats who were kind of in denial in the past about the social media censorship, that they now see this for what it is. And even they are kind of nodding their heads, squinting their eyes, saying, why is it that Facebook and Twitter are getting so involved in the political process? Like, what benefit, what interest do they have in banning all ads? And people are starting to see that these social media companies are left-leaning, and they have their own political agendas. And you can't claim to be a platform, available to all. You can't claim to be non-biased when you are.
And let's not forget Google. Let's not forget Google in this and others too. PayPal,
Google, Facebook, Twitter, PayPal. There's a whole gang.
Hey, Laura, I know you're in a little bit of a hurry. Other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and contribute?
Well, I'm running for Congress in Florida's District 21, President Trump's district. So if you'd like to help elect me to Congress and follow my congressional campaign or donate, you can go to LauraLoomerForCongress.com.
Which I am a donator. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I urge you all, we need to take the House back. And you need this woman in Congress. She's the bravest person I know. Mm-hmm. And I think she'll if she does her job in Congress like she did illuminating all these liberals out there, America will be safe again. Hey, Laura, I applied for a job at a funeral home, but all they had was in mourning. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Loomer.
Thanks, Laura.
All the way from Florida. My wife is even smiling on that one. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Have a great weekend,
have a good
all right?
day.
You too. Bye-bye.
You too. Shabbat Shalom.
Bye-bye. Okay, we're back on the show. And what do you got, Stan? Yeah, okay, break. But how about a little, something? Yeah, a little something to soften it up, I've been hammering away here for a long time here. I need something,
Well, this is what we need in Congress.
We will do what has never been done. Scan the household pet's mind to translate his thoughts into words. Now, the subject today will be my own dog, Max. Max, speak.
Woof, woof. Hi, I'm Max. It's me, Max. I like Park and Leash, and I like Trump. He's my man. Donald Trump is our president. He carried the Electoral College fair and square.
This can't be right. Did you know your dog likes Trump?
He doesn't.
I absolutely do. I know Trump has issues, but one big change is better than business as usual. The Dow is up 2,700 points since he was elected. What's not to like?
I'm sorry, but you're just a dog. You don't know what you're talking about.
Excuse me, Helen, but yes, I do. Stinking helmet. I can't believe you put this on me.
I can't believe you're saying this. You're supposed to be my best friend.
And as your friend, I don't want to see your tax dollars going to health care for illegals.
Explode. What about his record on women's rights? Don't you want me to have a choice over my own body?
You didn't afford me a choice when you cut off my balls.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to talk when you're getting your paycheck handed to you. It's just really difficult to do. So, anyways, we're going to take a break right now, but I want you to know that I'm going to talk about the people that contributed to this show by promoting it, and I'm not going to do it right now, but we're going to take a break. So when I come back, I'll try to do that. Call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated. included.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control. Community born, community raised, community serving.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax, and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Reality check number 14. Getting a house loan shouldn't take longer than building your house. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know you're anxious to start building your dream home, so we make loans quick and easy. We don't have to send off to some big city for a decision. Your decision is made here, and your loan stays here. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're gonna do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
They say, well, we're going to give the Republicans the opportunity to call witnesses. They just don't bother to tell you they've got to get Adam Schiff's permission. Now, Adam Schiff's not calling the shots. Nancy Pelosi is. If you took Speaker Pelosi and turned her upside down and shook her, Adam Schiff would fall out of her pocket. Bam, hit the floor. We were originally told that the impeachment articles would be sent to us by Thanksgiving, so I'm figuring we'll be here over Christmas doing our part in the Senate. Now, all of a sudden, they've been delayed until January. Maybe it's a coincidence, but I don't believe in coincidences
but
up
wouldn't
here.
they be hurting themselves doing that with the ones
who
who
does
have a
that
good
help? Let me finish my point.
So
Who
you
does
think
that
it helps
help?
Joe Biden in that case?
Amen, brother.
So you can turn Nancy Pelosi upside down and shake her, and Adam Schiff is sure to fall out. I love that line. Now that's a senator for me. One of them Southern guys that talks like that. Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Anyways, if you want to call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. And we're back on. We've got, coming up, we just had Laura Loomer, who was illuminated, right? She was illuminated. Is that correct?
That's right.
Is that how you say it, honey? MBA?
Yes.
Illuminated, right? But see, here's something I want to illuminate you about, is that you have to speak into the microphone, you see. Otherwise, nobody can really hear you.
Okay.
See, that's the one thing I learned about radio is you kind of need to speak into a microphone.
Well, it's a good
I
thing.
tried that once and nobody heard me.
I'm glad you've had all this experience that you can share with us
I do now,
poor
yeah.
newbies.
Speaking to right, Stan, is that something you learned?
Yeah.
You know, you make sure the mics are on and you speak into them.
Exactly.
And somehow it magically goes all over the place.
It's so complicated.
No, it really isn't. It really isn't. It's
Well, I think, talking about Pelosi and all that,
Yeah.
I think we ought to hear a little bit about Hillary.
Oh, I think you're right.
From the makers of Hillary Home Security comes the latest in anti-theft technology for your automobile. It's the Hillary Car Alarm. This is one car alarm that's too annoying to be ignored. Just listen to this satisfied owner.
The Hillary Car Alarm is the most sensitive alarm available, and it responds to voice commands. All right already, I'll vote for you! And it sure beats that old-fashioned Howard Dean car alarm.
Protect your car with the Clinton Cackle and get the Hillary Car Alarm today.
Last night I was talking to a friend who had a gal dressed as Hillary as a trick-or-treater.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't leave. She just would not go away. Yeah, to call the cops to get her the hell out of there.
Speaking of Hillary.
And she...
I'm late. I got to get going.
You're not late.
I'm late if I want to get to work as early as I usually get there.
Oh, you know what, honey? Hillary Clinton was a Goldwater girl in 1964.
So? Satan used to work for God. What's your point?
that's so low. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
No, I appreciate that very much. Anyhow, let me give a shout out to. First of all, we're streaming live not only on Facebook, Dave Weinbaum Show page, but also on my wall. Mm-hmm. And I put myself in 3 different groups, and I think it's Judge Janine at Fox News, and then it's Bill O'Reilly at OAN, and Trey Gowdy Now.
Oh, I love Trey.
You can listen to me live on their groups.
Really?
There's thousands and thousands of people. And the way I figured out that I was sort of known on these groups is I put out these little questions, these little polls. And I'm getting, I had like 16,000 people respond just to like it, and about almost 10,000 to comment on it.
Wow.
All right, and that was like after 2 days. So I know there's potential listeners out there who would love this show. There ain't no doubt about it. If you're listening on there, call the show, 573-364-4433, and get it off your chest.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their number 1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Reality check number 14. Getting a house loan shouldn't take longer than building your house. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know you're anxious to start building your dream home, so we make loans quick and easy. We don't have to send off to some big city for a decision. Your decision is made here, and your loan stays here. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
Let me ask you something, partner. What are you doing for lunch? Surely you can do better than one of those fast food places or something that comes out of a brown bag. Come on over to Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. Lunch can be fun, tasty, affordable, and quick. Colton's has a special lunch menu. Steak, chicken, seafood, salad, sandwiches, and our Montana burger. Plus at lunch you get Colton's famous homemade yeast rolls. Now you got lunch plans. At Colton's, where we know what's at stake.
Colton's Steakhouse in Rolla.
Introducing the $1 concert deal.
Hello, Detroit! Good night, Detroit!
Or get a real deal at McDonald's. Introducing the buy one, get one for $1 deal. Buy one of your faves and pick another for just an extra $1. Choose from the Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pounder with cheese, or 10-piece chicken McNuggets. But you better stop by McDonald's today, because this deal is only around for a limited time. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with any offers or combo meal.
Automated Business Systems in Salem is your one-stop source for office supplies, computers, printers, and point-of-sale software and hardware for your business. And if you're wanting to build a computer specific to your needs, whether business or personal, ABS in Salem can do it. Computer repairs, virus removal. ABS is a full-service computer repair service. Bring it to them or they'll come to you. They are your brother authorized service center in the area. See them online at www.abssalem.com or stop by their office at 902 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
Have you ever gone to a car dealership where they tried to tack on a bunch of hidden fees to that low price? I'm Jeremy Shelton, General Manager at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. You won't have to play 20 questions to look at our vehicles, and you won't have to worry about hidden fees either. We're your hometown dealer, and we'll do our absolute best to treat you right. Shop around and compare prices, but give us the opportunity to earn your business. Next time you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, come see us at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located on South Bishop and Rolla, next to Mandarin Gardens, or online at TaylorChryslerRolla.com.
This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Since 1924, Null & Son Funeral Home has had the honor of serving families throughout Phelps County. Today, families can select a funeral service, burial, or cremation and have it tailored to fit their specific needs in order to honor the memory of their loved one in a personal and meaningful way. At Null & Son Funeral Home, we offer information that will help you make decisions that are just right for you and your family.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Their murder of innocent Americans, James Foley, Stephen Sotloff, Peter Kasich, and Kayla Mueller, were especially heinous. The shocking publicized murder of Jordanian pilot, a wonderful young man, spoke to the king of Jordan. They all knew him. They all loved him. He was burned alive in a cage for all to see on the execution of Christians in Libya and Egypt, as well as the genocidal mass murder of Yazidis, rank ISIS among the most depraved organizations in the history of our world.
KKID, Salem, Rolla.
All right, back on the show, and you know he keeps claiming he's got number one and he's got number two. Well, some new guy has emerged, and I'm absolutely positive that number three has left his home address and forwarding address should he move. Right, Stan? Would you think that he's probably done that?
Probably, yeah.
What nut in the world is going to announce where they live now? You know? That's going to commit genocide on Christians and throw gays off of buildings. How do Democrats support the likes of Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, knowing full well that they support these people in their religion, some of them, not all of them, who support throwing gays off buildings, who support female mutilation? How do they support this? Now, I understand that, we need to have charity for all religions, but they're very proud of doing this. They're very proud of throwing gays off of buildings. I thought Democrats were supposed to support gays. I thought they were supposed to at least be fair about gays.
Right.
So what's going on with that, Democrats? I'd call the show.
Well, maybe
I'm confused.
Maybe Brandon Straka had something to do with getting all the gays to come over to the Republicans, because the Republicans actually do care about everyone.
I'll tell you what, that guy's got a lot of guts.
He does.
He has gone into audiences that were town halls run by Democrats, and he's totally taken the stage, and they boo him out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a fellow old Democrat and they're booing him out of there because he's talking about walk away.
Yeah.
Hashtag walk away from the Democratic Party.
Right.
Just like it's hashtag Jexodus or Jexit for the Jews to get the hell out of there.
Or Blexit.
Blexit. The blacks to get the hell out of there.
Right.
I wonder what the Latinos have. Lexit? Or latex? I don't know. Hey, Liz, if you're listening out there, you need a Latino thing for Twitter. Since you're such a Twitter gal, you need a hashtag, hot tamale out or something. I don't know what the hell you'd say. All right, before I get into any more trouble, I better watch what I say, right?
Well, if there is one of those movements, let us know. Give us a call.
Yeah, Latino.
Liz. I'll bet she has our number on speed dial. So
exit Latin or Latino. I don't know. It has to be
Latexic. I don't know.
Lexodus. How about Lexodus?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
There we go. We'll think of that later. We could be
know
here
if
all
I'm
day
funny?
talking about this, but we got Rodney Davis coming up after we have DeAnna, who's running against Nancy Pelosi. How about that?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's listen to this.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, let's listen to this. It was
maybe
silence.
I should start
the sound of silence. Da 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 da.
The new Amazon Echo has everyone asking Alexa for help.
Alyssa, what time is it? What the hell is wrong with this blasted thing? Amanda!
But the latest technology isn't always easy to use for people of a certain age.
These kids done bought me a busted machine again. Odessa!
That's why Amazon partnered with AARP to present the new Amazon Echo Silver, the only smart speaker device designed specifically to be used by the greatest generation. It's super loud and responds to any name even remotely close to Alexa, so they can find out the weather.
Allegra, what is the weather outside?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Huh?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Where?
Outside.
What about it?
The temperature outside is 74 degrees and sunny.
I don't know about that.
The latest in sports.
Clarissa, how many did old Satchel strike out last night?
Satchel Paige died in 1982.
How many he get?
Satchel Paige is dead.
He what now?
Died.
Who did?
Satchel Paige.
I don't know about that.
We're back on the show. And, here we go with all sorts of stuff. Like I said, we got DeAnna Lorraine coming up. We got Rodney Davis. After her, this is one is running for Congress. We had Laura Loomer, who's also running for Congress. And Rodney Davis is a 6-year veteran of Congress. And he's in Illinois, and I'm good friends with him and his father. Marty Davis, longtime friends, and also a McDonald's owner-operator. So this should be interesting. He'll probably be listening, so I'll have to remember my insults for him because we have this insulting relationship. And it's I like
kind of like you and your
like
son,
that.
huh?
Yeah,
you call him
exactly.
Putz?
Yeah, I'm sitting there yesterday watching my drive-through after we rehearsed.
Yeah,
and he drives by. He says, "What the hell are you doing?" I says, "Well, one of us got to work." And then I says, "By the way, you're sitting in the middle here, and this is not a street. Get the hell out of here. Go do something." Right? That's our relationship. But that's
didn't you end that with Putz?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure we did. He might have called me that this time. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Anyways, back on the show in about, 2 minutes? We've got Laura.
1 minute.
We've got DeAnna, right?
Yeah.
1 minute? Well, maybe we play her song, all right?
All right.
She's late, but all right, whatever.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match.
Find me a find.
Catch me a catch.
Honey, you're not singing.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book.
And find me a perfect match.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see. For Papa, make him a scholar. For Mama,
make him rich as a king.
For me, well, I wouldn't holler if he were as handsome as everything. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone, so find me a match of my own.
All right, we're going to be hearing from DeAnna. I keep saying Laura. DeAnna, Lorraine very soon. But if you want to call the show after her interview, 573-364-4433. You got a few people to thank. Did you want to say something?
No, I was just going to say it just takes patience sometimes with her, you know.
Well,
See, boy, this is why I prefer to just shoot fish.
Can we?
No, we're not going to shoot any fish. You're not helping. I'm trying to teach him about patience here.
Well, then get to it.
I don't like being patient.
Nobody does. It's a learned skill. What do we call people that go willy-nilly through life just doing things because it feels good?
Democrats.
I hate to be this, but what does the average Democrat think about this? I mean, come on. I've been around for a while, and I've never seen anything like this in my life. Hey there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is DeAnna, Lorraine, and I'm calling from California.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Well, let me introduce you the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, we've already played your song, dear, so don't feel left out. This woman is passionate about making love great again and making America great again. She's a star of TV, radio, blogs, and she's running against Nancy Pelosi in California's 12th district, which is burning down right now as we speak. And she is the matchmaker to the Dave Weinbaum Show, DeAnna Lorraine. All right. That's all the way from Ventura. How about I knew that? About there's a Ventura in California. So the impeachment of Donald Trump started 19 minutes after his inauguration. 19 minutes after his inauguration speech on January the 20th, 2017. And he's been tried and released more than your average drug dealer. So now he gets impeached. Can you explain this?
Yeah, well, I mean, they were already deciding that they were going to impeach him even before he got inaugurated. Remember, they said that they would not accept the election results, and they would find a way. They would find that he was guilty of a crime, and if they couldn't find it, they would basically manufacture it.
Who started that? Who started that investigation, by the way?
Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats.
I think it was done by Barack Hussein Obama, and there's a book out about it. I've got it on my website, and I forgot the guy's name, the author of it, but there's a book that states pretty clearly that he and Brennan started this way back in 2015, January 2015. That's when they started compiling dossiers and putting the Trump family, the Trump campaign under surveillance. So, and the Trump family, by the way. So hopefully this comes out, but we can't rely on that. We cannot rely on anything that's coming out of who? It's coming out of the deep state. I mean, Barr might be okay, and Durham was supposed to be, but so was Comey was supposed to be okay, and so was Mueller. They are all supposed to be really staunch Americans, and we're finding out that they're few and far between in the deep state, aren't they?
100%. I mean, it's really hard because Trump is surrounded by so many enemies. There are enemies within, and there are people who have acted as friends, but they have been traitors. We don't have really not seen something like this, where the own president, is basically undergoing a silent coup of people trying to remove him from office and, usurp the power that the president has and all the millions of votes that the American people voted for. We voted for President Trump and his agenda. And it's as if our vote just didn't matter.
Yeah, well, we're stupid.
One way or the other.
We're stupid. That's what the intel agencies, now they're starting to come out a little bit. Brennan's sitting with this old guy, I forget what his name was, saying, thank God for the guys in Intel. In other words, thank God for what you're doing, because, us people out here that vote are too stupid to understand who we should have as president and who should take orders from us. These bureaucrats who are appointed, holes, they're appointed by presidents and are determined that they are the real power in this country. This guy, we have to have a big revolution to get rid of these bums, in my opinion.
Right.
Now, when you get to office, Nancy Pelosi, she might have to retire. And I don't want to put any more pressure on you than there is, but this is really important. Your race against Nancy Pelosi, in my opinion, is possibly the most. It's the most important race in this country. In a lot of different ways. Do you agree with that?
100%. I mean, what we are fighting right now, we are up against, potentially losing our president, one of the greatest presidents, well, definitely the best president in my lifetime, but someone who has done so much good for America. And, the fact that we could just lose him for no reason, and then potentially have our country fall to socialism because of Nancy Pelosi listening to her mouthpieces, the squad, and caving into them. This is like we're at a crossroads like we've never seen before. We could lose the country that we know and love, and this is why this race against Nancy Pelosi is one of the most important, I think probably the most important that there is. Do we want to keep country the same? Do we want to keep America the same? Do we want to make it great again? Or do we want to see it literally fall to socialism in the next 4 years?
Yeah. Well, it's already it's getting close, and we found out that Pocahontas now has come up with a cost for her Medicare for All. That's $52 trillion, not billion, not million, $52 trillion. Our whole economy takes in $4 million in taxes every year. And it's also going to cost us, and she's admitted this, millions of jobs, millions of people in the insurance business, which are going to shut down. They're shutting down 1/5 of our economy and overtaking it by the government. And she's claiming there's going to be no increase in tax. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Does it make sense to you?
Of course not, but this is the thing with these Democrats. They often propose plans that don't make sense, or they don't make financial sense. And they think something is going to be great for the country, but when it really comes down to it, when we press them on it, it's not great for the country, or it's going to put us in debt. Nothing is free. It's going to come from someone's wallet, or it's going to come from America's wallet. Nothing in life is free. And this is the thing with them. We just can never, once we pin them on them, their true intentions get exposed and the stupidity of their plans.
Now, your governor, who is Nancy Pelosi's nephew, talk about nepotism.
Oh, great. Yes.
Gavin Newsom. He's got a reason there's so many fires in California, and that's climate change and capitalism. Both of these are responsible, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault. What is his and Nancy Pelosi's responsibility here?
Well, they have huge responsibilities here. They are negligent. They are neglecting, and they're redirecting funds, that should be towards forest management. And instead, what they're doing is neglecting and redirecting these funds, and unfortunately, it's setting California ablaze. And yet they have the gall to blame capitalism and Trump.
Well, they're certainly not.
This is not happening in many other states.
They're certainly not directing the money to the homeless, are they?
Absolutely not. But there's so many other ways that they can direct the money, and forest management is one of them.
Sure.
But there's forests and trees in other states, and we don't see fires like this, in this caliber. We are doing a big recall Gavin Newsom, actually, all across the state, and I'm sure you guys have heard about it. A lot of people are jumping on board.
Has it got a chance?
I don't know. We can always have hope, right? We can always have faith.
You can always fight. I like the way you're fighting on Twitter. I like the fact that you're always on it and you're always doing that. And I think that it you know what? I'm the same way with promoting the show. And I never knew whether it was doing me any good. I didn't know how to do Twitter or Facebook. And I don't like the fact that they hate conservatives and they constantly dock us and screw around with us and maybe even ban us like Laura Loomer. But it does work.
Yeah, absolutely. It works to get the word out.
Yeah.
You know, we have to, and the thing is, someone's going to see it. There's always going to be eyeballs on you, and you've got to keep fighting. If we didn't fight, then we wouldn't have our President Trump.
Hey, DeAnna, where can people, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you and contribute to you? By the way, I just contributed to her as well.
Yes,
so if anybody's out there got
thank
a
you.
problem with me, bring it. Bring it, because, God, who
You
would
said-
ever,
you said-
I believe we should have her in office, and I believe this is one of the most important elections in the history of this country.
Yeah.
And she
Yes,
is,
exactly.
huh?
And do you know what we're up against is Shahid Buttar, who's the Democrat, running up against Nancy Pelosi too. He is already off to a really good start. He's raised $200,000 already. He's up. So if it's not me, then it could be Shahid Buttar, and he's a very far left socialist. He is a Justice Democrat, AOC style socialist, very radical, accusing Nancy of not being socialist and far left enough. So this is what we're up against, folks. It needs money, though. We need to be able to fund my campaign, and we need to be able to do things like advertisements and direct mail, et cetera, that are really going to communicate and connect with voters.
And we're
So,
not
yes, thank
we're
you
not
so much,
talking
David.
about you got to give her $1 million. Of course, if you can do it, but she'll take anything, right?
Yeah, right. You gave me the maximum, which I
Yeah.
really appreciate. That actually helps a lot because that puts
Okay.
me over the monthly goals. But
Send her $50, send her $100, whatever you can. $25.
$100.
Come on, guys.
$100, $50, $500. Thank you so much.
We do not want Nancy Pelosi in anywhere near the government anymore, or anyone
Or Shahid Buttar.
further left than her.
either
Oh
of
my
them.
goodness, I didn't know that was possible. Hey, DeAnna,
Oh, trust me.
I always wanted to be a
Thank you, DeAnna,
bowler.
for Congress.
DeAnna, I always wanted to be a bowler, but I had no time to spare. Ladies and gentlemen,
no, she didn't really get to tell us where that
What?
we can get in touch with her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank
did
you.
I?
Yeah,
did
I
I?
did.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, it's DeAnna, DeAnna 4, Congress is my Twitter, Deanna for Congress, and DeAnnaForCongress.com is my website, and that's DeAnna FOR Congress.com is my website where you can check out my platform and donate. Thank you, Stan, for pointing that out.
Yes, that's
and
good,
thank
Stan.
you guys for
Sorry.
being a part of my team.
Yeah, well, and also, if you didn't write it down quick enough, you know what? Google DeAnna for Congress and you'll find it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
Go to
you'll find it.
DeAnnaForCongress.com.
All right. Thank you, DeAnna. I appreciate it. You have a great weekend, and go kick some butt.
Thank you so much, guys. Let's go fight the good fight.
All right, let's do it. All right. Why do I feel like I'm going out and playing football? Like, all right, we're going to need a break, and before that, what do you got for me, Stan?
A break?
No, you don't. I
Oh.
want something. I want something. I want
you
anything.
want something.
I
All right.
want something. I want Sicilian. I want
right,
something.
well, you want
So you got to break the moods here.
All right,
Hit
here
it.
we go. Yeah.
There you go. Now I feel good. Yeah, it doesn't take much, does it? Yeah. Right, honey?
Yeah.
You know the name of the bar on death row? Last Call. Yeah, I had that happen.
Forget about
it. And, that appeal couldn't come too soon. I had the last call. I was in the bar and ready to go. And sure enough, it got appealed, and I got, I've escaped. But I call it exoneration because I wasn't guilty at all. I didn't do it. It just wasn't me.
It wasn't you blocking the traffic.
No,
huh?
it wasn't me.
No.
No, and so far they've forgotten about it, so let's leave it at that, okay?
Don't forget about it.
All right, don't forget about it, but you forget about this. All right, we're back on the show. Now we're going to take a break. Call the show. And we got Rodney Davis coming up at 11:30, an actual congressman who's pretty powerful down there. I think he's like second in command to Kevin McCarthy. So this should be interesting. 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips and More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300. Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit our website at forumdental.com.
From apples to Xboxes, we fix it all. Call us today, A1 Tech. More than just computer repair. We'll fix your laptop, your desktop, and so much more. On site or mobile, from apples to Xboxes, we fix it all. Call us today, A1 Tech.
Call A1 Tech right now at 573-458-9175.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
Introducing the $1 yoga deal.
Breathe in. And I'ma see you later.
Or get a real deal at McDonald's. Introducing the buy one, get one for $1 deal. Buy one of your faves and pick another for just an extra $1. Choose from the Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pounder with cheese, or 10-piece chicken McNuggets. But you better stop by McDonald's today, because this deal is only around for a limited time. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with any offers or combo meal.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050. Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
And my mind went back to when Osama bin Laden was killed, and I was in New York City that night. And I remember the reaction. I remember the reaction from everybody. There was widespread jubilation throughout New York, throughout Washington, throughout America. This was a unified response from a country jubilant at seeing the end and the grisly demise of the leader of Al-Qaeda. Compare and contrast the reaction yesterday to the demise of Baghdadi, who I would argue, legitimately I think, has committed even worse atrocities than bin Laden. He may not be as emotive a name, but certainly the work done under his name of ISIS has been barbaric, despicable, heinous on any level. And his death should have been a moment to celebrate a brilliant operation by American armed forces, a courageous and bold order to conduct the mission from the President of the United States, and a moment for America to show the world that when they said they'd get tough with terrorism, they meant it.
And Piers Morgan is a liberal. He does not like Donald Trump.
No.
But, you know, he's got a fair mind. But he's also from the UK. Maybe he just doesn't get the liberals here. Well, who does? Does anybody understand what the hell they're doing?
No.
I mean, $52 trillion for Medicare, 2 million jobs lost at least, and this is Liz Warren's big deal. That's supposed to get her elected. It's incredible. I mean, the whole economy of the world is like $80 trillion.
Right.
Okay? And she wants $52 trillion for one thing for 10 years. And then what about the Green New Deal? She's for that too.
Oh, no.
I mean, this is nonsense. This is pretty much intentionally breaking the country so you can keep the power. That's what socialism is. That's what communism is. It breaks the economies so that a very few can have all the money and rule over those who are starving to death, a.k.a. Venezuela, a.k.a. Russia, a.k.a. China. Okay, this is what happens. North Korea. All right, we're back in the show, and we got Rodney Davis. Hopefully, he'll call in 9 or so minutes. I want to thank people that announce the show and push the show and who are friends to the show. I'm not going to get all of you in here, but I'm going to get a few and try to get you next week if I didn't get you this week. Gary down there in Texas announces the show every single week. Liz Cabrera in Miami. Norm, always doing that. Norm Fireball. Missy, Stoney. Oh, God, no, I can't read. Oh, Lorana, Killebrew, DeAnna, Catherine, J-Wall, Shayna, and Bat Zion out of Israel. Irritated Woman. Honey, did you send that? Irritated Woman? Oh, I'm sorry. It couldn't have been you. All right, Brian, Tracy, Eric, Mindy out of New York, Butch, Red Towel, Sherry, Eve, JJ, Ken, Mark, Keith, Randy, Bob, Scott, Shalva, Glenda, Steve, Steph, Jocks, Tim, Tony, Rich, and Rick.
Man.
Okay. Well, that's just a sample.
Wow.
I mean, I could read them all. I could read it like I could do a whole show and just read them off.
Oh, that's true.
But I don't think that would be very entertaining, do you?
No.
No, I don't think so. Anyways, what do you got for me here?
Break.
Break? All right, let's do the break, but do something first. Okay? Yeah, okay, don't you sneer at me like that. I saw the sneer. All right. Something, relatively easy.
All right, here we go.
Hit it.
Starting this year, Toyota and Lexus luxury models will come with Amazon Alexa.
Alexa, turn on the AC.
Turning on AC.
Finally, a virtual assistant to help you navigate.
Alexa, where's the nearest gas station?
Nearest gas station in 1.5 miles.
And to help maintain your vehicle.
Alexa, order more brake pads.
Ordering new brake pads. Although maybe if you didn't stop so close to the car in front of you.
I left plenty of room.
You drive too aggressively.
If you were just quiet for 2 seconds.
She'll talk to you literally the entire time you're driving.
I think you should have turned back there.
I know where I'm going!
Hi. You know why I pulled you over?
No, officer,
Because we were driving 72 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone.
Anything else I should know?
2 miles back, we rolled through a stop sign without coming to a complete stop. Also, there are illegal fireworks in the trunk.
Sir, I'm going to need you to step out of the car, please.
Amazon Alexa. You'll never get away from her.
I don't need an Alexa. I got Lisa.
Lisa.
You know, there's a microphone in front of you. See, people can't hear you snidely laughing at me like that. And now you're just now you're glaring at me as if people can see that. They can't see you. This isn't television. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
God, because they always say I had a face for radio.
There you
so.
go. There you go. All right, I've never heard that one before, Stan. Have you?
Yeah.
You just make that up.
Yeah. No,
all right.
It's
All right.
It's
All right.
kinda
Well, we're gonna take a few minutes and have another break, and that way we're gonna get through. At least we'll have one break to do after the interview, right?
Yeah, and then we want to really thank our sponsors of the Dave Weinbaum Show.
Oh, hell yeah!
You guys really make it happen, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, and you put a smile on Steve's face every week, which is always nice because he's a snarler. He's a snarler. No, he doesn't. No, I'm kidding. Snarler? No, he's not. He's a good guy. I can't talk bad about him. Only when he's not listening. But I don't, because he's a good guy. And hey, if it wasn't for him, there may not be a Dave Weinbaum Show.
That's true.
Believe me. All right,
Yeah.
And I know and respect that. And his son Jesse back there is a great producer. Stan
Yes,
here,
he
great
is.
director. And Lisa, I'm she's my wife, so I got to say nice things. Anyways, call the show 573-364-4433. I know, honey, you just can't catch a break, can you?
Not today.
Not
no.
today. All right.
No, I'll make up for it
well,
later.
Okay, you can write some stuff next week, and you can nail my ass. How's that?
Those are two separate discussions, I think.
Really? Well, that could be interesting. All right, 573-364-4433. Not now. Stay away. Call the show. Get it off your chest.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
Find a new friend at Bishop Avenue Aquariums and Pets, Rolla's USDA licensed pet shop. They specialize in a wide range of reptiles, tropical fish, saltwater fish, guinea pigs, hedgehogs, and other small animals, along with feeders and accessories. Guinea pigs are just $25 at Bishop Avenue Aquariums. Find your new friend at 402 South Bishop Avenue in Rolla.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
It's Truck Month at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. Now save up to $9,510 in total value on the all-new 2019 Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71. Or choose 0% APR for 60 months on select new 2019 Silverados for well-qualified buyers with GM financing. The all-new 2019 Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever, now comes with no monthly payments for 90 days. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Stop looking for the best steak in Rolla and head over to Sydney's at 707 North Pine in downtown Rolla. Rolla's favorite time of the month, prime rib weekend. All their steaks are aged 30 days and hand-cut to perfection. Get a 16-ounce prime rib with Sydney's signature spice blend and 2 sides only $14.99. And choose Sydney's with over 100 different whiskeys, scotch, and bourbons, and over a dozen draft beers to complement the best steak around. Sydney's, 707 North Pine, downtown Rolla. Lunch specials on their Facebook page. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 1:30 a.m. daily.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
But instead, the stamp has become, let's just boo the president at the World Series. Let's have thousands of Americans responding to his decision to conduct that mission and to order it. Let's respond by booing him. Let's chant lock him up. Now, whatever you think of Trump, And there's no middle ground with him, as we know. You love him or you hate him. But the office of the presidency deserves more respect than I saw last night, particularly in light of what had happened a few hours earlier. There is no comparison, Tucker, between Donald Trump and Baghdadi. Baghdadi ran an organization that liked to burn people alive in cages, that liked to throw gay people off rooftops, that liked to kidnap and rape thousands of women, that liked to eliminate vast swathes of their rival Muslims.
All right, we're back on the show. I've got a caller. I got an interviewer coming up pretty soon. Hi, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, James from St. James.
James from St. James? Oh, you're so quick. Oh, my goodness. This is JL, right? Better known as JL because he's jealous of JJ.
Well,
all right, listen to me.
You're
going to have to call me back because I think this is a congressman from Illinois. And he's very self-important. I mean, he's very important, and I got to talk to the guy.
All right, talk to you later, bud.
All right, talk to you later. Thanks. Sorry about that. You never know for sure, but hello.
Weinbaum.
Hey, let me introduce you properly. Well, I'm going to lie. I'm going to say nice things. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is a 6-year veteran of Congress. He represents the 13th District of Illinois. He is the ranking member of the House Administration Committee and a skilled tour guide of the Congress and its history. Ladies and gentlemen, Rodney Davis. Rodney Davis. They're a little slow in Illinois, apparently. I don't know. They just... Hello. Oh, no. Okay. Hello, Rodney.
Hello, Weinbaum.
All right. Been a long time, brother.
I know. I miss you, man. How you been?
I'm good. I'm standing, and my wife here, Lisa, is. I don't know. What are you playing a game on?
No. I'm doing.
Not now.
I'm doing
research.
Right.
And I'm here with Stan and we got a lot of people listening to you, and they should because you got. You're pretty good. Hey, how could you allow our president to go through these poisonous attacks?
Hey, I keep telling you, buddy, you and I have the same problem. We both married up. Lisa, it's great to have you on.
Thank
and
you.
I hope I get to see you guys again soon.
Forget about us. What about your father? My goodness.
Hey, I see him too much.
So
sometimes you just want to break.
I know your problem there. I feel your pain.
Yeah, we had a nice visit with
and
him.
he's listening right now. I know he is, and he's sitting there laughing, and Donna's chuckling too. So. Yeah.
He has the same problem as you and me too, David. He married up also.
No, that's the truth.
Hey, you know what's frustrating?
What?
Is, I do want to answer your question about how did we allow this. And,
yes.
And frankly, it's very frustrating to me as somebody who lives in a district that's a district drawn for a Democrat to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I won a very close race last time in 2018. And I stood with the president 2 weeks before the election down at a rally in Murfreesboro.
Mm-hmm.
And it frustrated me because there was so much misinformation out in the campaign trail, but we fought the fight. We survived. Many of my colleagues on the Republican aisle did not. And we got Nancy Pelosi in the speaker's chair. And I said on day one that when asked, will the Democrats impeach President Trump? And I got laughed at by many reporters back then.
Mm-hmm.
They said, will they impeach him? And I said, yes, they will. I have no doubt that they will do this. They cannot hold off the far left. And here we are.
So what is there? Is there a strategy involved for them? Because this, I don't think this is going to be very popular. What's their strategy?
I don't think it will be either, David. Yeah, I don't think it will be. But no, they don't have a strategy. Their strategy was to hide it from the American people, put it in the most secure part of our Congress, the House Intelligence Hearing Room, and then selectively leak out tidbits of testimony that would be advantageous to what they think is their case,
mm-hmm.
and then hope the American people would turn on the president and support impeachment. Well, when this comes out in the open, I think you're going to see another example of wasted taxpayer dollars, and they're just trying to find any excuse to overturn the 2016 election.
Well, meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi's state is burning down. The electricity company is stopping power in places that aren't even fires in. Gas is like $6.50 a gallon. She's out there doing this. That's just nuts.
I think, as somebody who represents the state of Illinois, where we're seeing an exodus of people, I thank God every day California exists, or we'd be the worst.
Well, they got a sign now, and they got a sign that is in California. It says, in Texas, we have electricity.
Yeah, I saw that.
I have seen signs I've seen similar signs from our competitors that border Illinois because of our high taxes here in the state of Illinois. We've seen people leave this state, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But we've got, just like Maryland, just like Massachusetts, eventually the voters will say enough's enough, and we'll get a Republican governor like those states that'll turn this state back around too, and be like those two governors, the two most popular Republican governors in the nation.
Let me ask you this. It says here you're the House Administration Committee, the head of it.
Yeah.
Now, you're the ranking member. What does that mean exactly? You're like second in command to Kevin McCarthy?
No, House Admin Committee is a committee that's the smallest committee in Congress, but what its duties have been traditionally, Dave and Lisa, is it's been one to just maintain House operations. We have oversight over the Capitol Police, who are very courageous. I've seen them in action. These are the folks that protect everybody who comes to the Capitol and all of us on a daily basis. We have oversight over the architect of the Capitol, the people who maintain all the buildings, and the Library of Congress, among other things. It's been a pretty quiet committee in the past, but the Democrats have chosen to use this committee with six Democrats, 3 Republicans, to try and pass a takeover and nationalization of our entire election process.
Wow.
We have fought back more legislation in the House Administration Committee with 9 total members, 3 of us Republicans, than many committees with 50-plus members.
Whoa, that's interesting. Hey, what should Republicans do since the impeachment is out of the bag, so to speak?
Come to districts like mine. Help out Republicans who are in the fight of their lives. If you live in a district that is going to, automatically elect a Republican, like your district, David.
Yeah.
Jason Smith's doing a great job.
Yes, he is.
But Jason Smith doesn't have to lift a finger to win that race.
Well, of course not, because people around here listen to the Dave Weinbaum Show. That should be obvious to you.
I love Jason Smith.
He's a
and
good
you know
guy.
what? Jason Smith helps me win elections. So come over with Jason to my district. It's right across the river from St. Louis, and we need everybody's help. It's districts like that that are near you or that you want to travel to that you've got to spend your time in to knock Pelosi out of the speaker's chair.
Well, I just had DeAnna Lorraine on the show, and she's running against Nancy Pelosi in the 12th district down there in California. And Laura Loomer, you know about her. She's running in Florida in the same district where, Trump is moving there. Did you know that?
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, is that West Palm down in Debbie Wasserman Schultz's district?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not Debbie Wasserman Schultz. It's another gal. I don't know her name.
Oh, probably Lois Frankel?
Yeah, I think that's it.
So.
Yeah, that's it.
Lois, those are in good. I'm glad you're giving some of those candidates some publicity too.
I am.
But we've got to. The only way to make sure that we don't have endless impeachment hearings during the next Trump term, when he wins again in 2020, it's to elect Republicans to run the House.
There's no doubt about that.
I've seen it. I was with the president in Chicago, where thousands of police chiefs invited him to be their main speaker, and the local Chicago police superintendent and the mayor couldn't even show up.
Eddie Johnson.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
they couldn't show up.
Yeah.
So I got a chance. He asked us to ride in Marine One from Soldier Field to O'Hare after a fundraiser we went to, and then I flew on Air Force One with him back to D.C. last week.
Cool.
It was an experience and an
Did you get
opportunity I'll
to
never forget.
fly the plane?
They wouldn't let me touch the controls.
Oh,
I know
okay.
you're surprised, Lisa. Yeah.
Okay.
Dave would
just
want to
curious.
touch the controls. They wouldn't let him do it either.
Oh yeah, well, come on. Hey, that's cool. You flew in the Air Force One. How about that?
Yeah.
Steve Scalise said, is this a Soviet-style investigation going on? I mean, you got they said that they voted so that Trump, so this could all come out in the open, and that Trump would have due process. But that appears to be a lie. Isn't that true?
Yeah, we don't know what the process is going to look like. And frankly, all they're trying to do yesterday is codify the secretive process that they had and bring some legitimacy to it in front of the American people rather than being honest with the American people. It's very frustrating to me, and I can't imagine how frustrating it is to the president to have to put up with this bombardment on a regular basis.
So what's happening to the country club retirement home on the other side of the aisle? What the hell are they doing there?
Well,
and I'm talking about the Senate, where we actually have control. What are they doing?
The Senate is waiting for the trial, and there's no way the president's going to be convicted of any sham.
Why would they wait for it? Why would they even have a trial? Why wait for a trial? Why don't you get some of these same people that are being interviewed by Adam Schiff, and why aren't they being questioned? Why isn't the whistleblower on the stand?
Listen, the Senate's job is not to run any hearings. Listen, the Senate's got to follow the House in this process. We can't break precedent to set precedent that's going to be used to overturn elections in the future. That's where we as American people need to stand up and say we respect the Constitution. Let's see where Nancy Pelosi and the craziness of the Democrats want to go. But the biggest
you cannot look into corruptness in government.
No, you can easily look into corruptness.
Well, where's your investigation of the coup?
That's exactly why I want to bring this process in the House out in the open. But David, here's the story that no one's talking about.
Yeah.
And that's what's frustrating too to a lot of us. When the House and Nancy Pelosi exercises her constitutional authority to impeach a president, even under false pretenses, the automatic response of Republicans should not be, what's Mitch McConnell doing to fight it? It should be, what are you doing? What are we doing to fight it together in the House? And what are we doing to make sure that we build the support in the public to throw Nancy Pelosi out of the speakership? It's not Mitch McConnell's fault Nancy Pelosi is not following the Constitution. It's Nancy Pelosi's fault, and she needs to be held accountable at the ballot box.
Okay.
But the story.
So what are you guys doing? What are we doing now in the House? How are we going to fight this?
We fought it. We stood together yesterday.
Yes, you did.
Not a single Republican voted.
Yeah,
but
congratulations on that.
2 Democrats voted with us. Imagine what the stories and the headlines would have been on the 24-hour news cycle and all the major news media outlets if one Republican voted with the Democrats.
Yeah.
It would have been all over. It would have been called bipartisan support for impeachment. But bipartisan opposition is barely met with a whisper. There's bipartisan opposition to impeachment in the House of Representatives, and the 24-hour news cycle doesn't give a damn.
That's why you're on the show, because we don't whisper on the show. No. We're telling for all who's listening. And by the way, I got a big listenership all over the world, and especially in San Francisco for some reason. And
you do, and that's why I'm glad to be on your show.
Well, yeah, and that's why I'm glad you're on my show, because you're a smart guy and you know what the hell's going on. And that's why you're here, and I want to know, what is the House doing? I mean, what can they do? I know they've let people know, and they voted in unison. I'm very proud of that. And I was even proud of the fact when they went into the rooms where they were trying to lock them out while they're trying to hold the hearings. And I think there should be more of that. I don't think you guys can wait around much longer. You have to do stuff that's going to show that you're fighting so that others will follow you, and especially the people that listen to the show. They want to know what you're doing.
We've been fighting the process. We've been fighting the Democrats every step of the way, and we stood unified. The Democrats did not. Remember, the message should be there's bipartisan opposition rather than support for impeachment. And this is the first time in our nation's history there's not been bipartisan support for impeachment inquiry.
That
should tell you the dangerous precedent Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff are setting for the future of this country.
Absolutely. Hey, Rodney, where can people reach you and contribute?
Well, thank you. They can call me anytime. You can call my office at 202-225-2371. If you want to email me, or learn more about me, go to rodneydavis.house.gov. If it's not governmental, just go to electrodney.com, and those are areas you can find out about what we're doing on the political side.
And by the way, I contribute to Rodney too. How's that?
All right.
I'm very proud to contribute to Rodney. He's good.
Thank you.
And he deserves to be in Congress, and we need him there. Rodney, I have a question though. Where do psychiatrists camp?
Oh, well, certainly Lisa needs a psychiatrist for having.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Your student.
Yes, I do.
Congressman, just answer the question, please. Where do psychiatrists camp?
I have absolutely no idea, since I wasn't correct the first time, David.
Intense, my man. Intense. Oh, God, all right.
That is the lamest.
Call Daddy. He'll explain it to you, all right? Call your daddy, Marty.
It's lame.
Hi, Donna. How you doing?
Get him off the air. Terrible.
The countdown is on.
The FCC right now.
No, stop it. Get off my phone now.
Thanks, Rodney.
Thanks, Rodney. Have a good
Bye,
weekend.
guys.
Bye-bye. All right, we got another caller here. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's your buddy Adolf.
Hey, Adolf, what's happening, my man?
I did you a great big favor.
What's that?
When we were up in Minnesota,
yeah,
I told all my friends that they need to contact their local radio station and put you on the air up there.
I think you're right, but I haven't heard anything from them. So that's all right. No, it's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I have yet to figure out the Democrats' strategy. They can impeach all they want, but that's just all that is just if he's impeached, then he's like a grand jury. He's carried over for trial. Doesn't mean he's guilty or anything. It
right.
mean so like what they're trying to accomplish, because they're not going to get through the Senate.
No, and it's not going to go on trial because the trial will start in January, and that's the year of an election, and the senators cannot campaign, so it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere at all. So
it's
I'm
a
not
political
sure exactly
ploy,
what they're doing.
And I can't see how this is going to gender anything but outrage by most citizens, even Democrats, at this point.
You don't think that they're stupid enough to just keep this up until the day of the election?
Well, apparently,
the day after the election,
apparently they are.
I mean, come up with an impeachment.
You know, you can keep falling over and eventually, if you can't stand up straight, you just continue to fall over. And apparently, that's what they do.
That's like the whistleblower.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that at this point, they can come up with anybody they want. It's a diehard Democrat. Here, you're a whistleblower.
Well, that's what they did.
Anyway,
I think that's what they did.
Expose him. Yeah.
Well, they know who he is. He worked for Obama. He worked for Brennan at the CIA. He worked for Obama in the National Security Council under Susan Rice, and he was a layover to the Trump administration, and they caught him leaking.
Yeah.
How's that? All right, Adolf, I gotta go, my man. I got another caller. Hi to your lovely bride. Thank you so much for pushing the show out there in Minneapolis. I appreciate that.
Well, we weren't that far north, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. All right, thanks. I appreciate what you do, my friend.
There you go. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, we got another caller. Whoops.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it looks like Martin must have
Martin.
hung up.
Well, we got to play
Call back, Martin.
Oh, another Martin.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, listen to me. We got one more break, so we got to take that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so call the show. I'll be pretty much unfettered after this break. Well, I'll do that first.
Martin.
All right. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, he told me to call back.
Oh, okay. It's JL. All right, JL. What's going on, my friend?
I'll tell you what. I'm so proud of our president.
Yeah.
What a great job he is doing. No, seriously, amazing what's going on. And I'm so happy he kept the assault and the attack on the ISIS leader there away from
Pelosi and them. So he did get it done without anybody basically knowing it. I think that was just wonderful.
You know, here's how smart I think the president is. I think he's so smart that he knew that Pelosi and Schumer were going to come in the meeting on when they were talking about taking the troops out of Syria, and I think he predicted that they would explode, which they did. They went out to waiting microphones and told everyone the president had a fit.
Had a meltdown.
He had a meltdown. They showed it, and everyone was sitting there very calmly. He wasn't the one running out of there screaming. And so then he doesn't tell her about Baghdadi, okay?
Right.
Baghdadi, and now she's complaining. Why would you tell somebody that had just ran out in a fit? Would you trust that person to keep it quiet?
No. You can't trust her at all under no circumstances.
All right, listen, my friend, I got to go. I got another commercial, and I appreciate your patience with me. You just seem to call it a bad time twice.
Hey,
okay,
no problem, guy.
Go ahead. You got something for me real quick?
Yes, I do. Do you know the difference between a guitar and a fish?
Fish isn't stringy.
No, you can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish.
That was good one, JL.
Hey, see you guys.
You heard about?
See you later.
You heard about the fish that fixed pianos?
No.
Yeah, he was a tuna. All right, there you go. All right, got another caller. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Martin from Edgar Springs.
Martin, I don't know if we have time to play. All right, I'll tell you what.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No music.
You can't tell me I can't play your music.
No music.
You can't tell me that.
All right, let's just listen.
I'll tell you what. Go ahead, play his music now. I'm ticked off. We can do it.
No.
Oh, hit it. Hit it. I want you to sing along this time.
Records,
Come on.
It's Dave's Hits of 2017. Listen to the unique singing style of your favorite radio host, Dave Weinbaum, as he belts out songs like
Snowflake, you know you can't take it.
I think I hear Martin
You
singing.
got that hateful feeling.
I'm
Whoa,
shorting
that
nitrogen.
hateful feeling.
Gotta get my
Get the
nitrogen
oxygen
going.
Wish me hell to everyone you could tell that you'd been spying over me, spying over me. Then you spread your views to the mainstream news.
and timeless memories like
You don't know me. I'm in the federal witness plan. Huberg, I can't hear you. You don't know me.
Oh.
I might be in Afghanistan. Come on, do the insults. Come
Dave's
on.
Hits of 2017 is not sold at any store.
Gotta do the
If
insults.
you act fast, you can get Dave's favorite insults absolutely free with your order.
You schmuck.
Oh,
Kiss
Mom.
my tuchus. Putz. I hear you tried to donate your brain to science, but they were only taking used ones. I don't take the broom out of your hands when you're trying to do your job. I hear you're 1 foot short of a yard sale. There was a lot of testosterone in my marriage. Too bad none of it was mine. I married a trophy wife, but I couldn't afford to mount her. I had 2 feet of snow in my car, so my wife offered me her broom. I said, thanks,
can't hear you.
but you're going to have to teach me how to fly it first. Got any complaints? Go to hell and wait.
The perfect way to close out the year. Dave's Hits of 2017.
That's all, folks.
What do you know from funny,
You know, Martin, I'm afraid we have no more time. I mean, I got to take a break. Huh?
Oh, let's
Is that
let him
right?
talk. No, let him talk.
All right, you got to be quick, though. I'm serious. You got to be quick.
Okay.
We got one more break to do.
Just wanted to
Yeah.
tell you, in the 10 offenses of the late 60s in Vietnam, they it effectively ran all their people in to cause a big splash for the news to show that there was no safe place. One of the side products of that was they killed off all their insurgency people inside the cities and things.
Really?
Right now, we're watching something similar where they're trying to make a big splash. And to do it, the deep state and people who want to get rid of Trump.
Yeah.
But to do it, they're exposing all these people that are sitting down in the deep recesses causing trouble for Trump. So
who's exposing who? Who's exposing who?
All these people that are deep staters are coming out trying to act like they know something about that call nobody else knows.
Right.
And they're exposing themselves so that, lo and behold, you look at that and they say, well, they wouldn't come out and do that if it wasn't real. Well, the bottom line is that these people got a one-way ticket now.
Yeah.
They can't go back into the Trump administration. They're going to be, at least for eliminating these, we call them spies.
Or they can rat out their bosses, hopefully, after they get arrested for lying and for, okay, now I got to go, really. All right, I'm getting, Stan is waving his hand. I don't think they're, I didn't think I saw. Thanks, I didn't think I saw all his fingers. Thank you, Martin. Thank you for your bit. I appreciate all the laughter you have. All right, so we're going to take a break. 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community-born, community-raised, community-serving.
Need to create a unique gift for your sweetheart? Want a gun, watch engraved? Need a trophy gift or award? Go no further than Kent Jewelry, 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla. Call 573-364-1030 and take your bag of jewels to Kent and ask to have your jewelry inspected and cleaned for free. Kent is my jeweler. Make him yours. 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla, 364-1030.
Aging Made Easy LLC is a privately owned in-home service agency which specializes in professional care for the elderly and disabled. Their mission is to ensure that their clients maintain a happy and healthy life in their own home. They do personal care, homemaker chores, advanced personal care, and nursing. For more information, call 265-6004 or 800-920-8536. Aging Made Easy takes Medicaid, private insurance, VA, and private pay. 126 North Jefferson in St. James.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
I want to thank the nations of Russia, Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, and I also want to thank the Syrian Kurds for certain support they were able to give us. This was a very, very dangerous mission. Last night was a great night for the United States and for the world. A brutal killer, one who has caused so much hardship and death, has violently been eliminated. He will never again harm another innocent man, woman, or child. He died like a dog. He died like a coward. The world is now a much safer place. God bless America.
Okay, so how do you give him bad press on that? But they managed to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't this? I mean, they're just so lost. They're lost souls. I don't know what the hell's going on. This is like a miracle of badness.
Yeah.
In a great president.
Right.
And I think a lot of it has to do with the coup. I think now they're hiding. I think now that's a big cover-up. But I also think that they think, like Al Green said, the only way they can beat this guy is to impeach him. They can't beat him in an election. There's no way.
No way.
From what I can see. I mean, he won over Hillary, and Hillary thought she had cheated so well that there was no way he would beat her. So, I mean, that's not happening. Anyways, I got to thank you all for being here and staying patient with me. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate my sponsors, and I want you to know I'm going to be back next week with another edition of the Dave Weinbaum Show. Thank you.
KKID